Yeah,
I am.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it. Oh, cool. That is awesome. Okay. So I'm live on Twitter, I'm live on Facebook, and I'm live on Instagram. Okay. Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. If you are new here, hello. Hi. It is me. It is I. I'm the lady screaming at Drew McIntyre in that video. That is me. We're gonna talk about a couple things today. Okay. First things first, I have to give my folk in the comments some love. Top commenter of the day goes to Kitty Ken. She was number one coming in. Top commenter of the day goes to her. Then we have Young Boy Jay. We have my boy Donnie. And then we have B. Jeffers and Pierre round out my top 5 commenters of the day. And of course, Kayla is an honorary top 5 commenter. She just is. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. She's my favorite. Anyways, welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We got a lot to talk about. Okay. If you are not watching AEW, which some of you who follow me aren't, and that is okay, they showed the footage when CM Punk and Jack Perry got into it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to show it. And hopefully they won't flag me because they have been known to do shit like that. If you are new to my page, on Wednesdays, we talk about wrestling and we do SBC chat. We also just do lifestyle conversation and all that stuff on these days. If you want to talk just strictly wrestling, I will let you know when the wrestling combo will stop. And that way you can go ahead and exit stage left if you want to. At the end of the show, we do the SBC chat. I'm going to put the link in there so that people can. Ask is that when you come in that you be respectful of other people's opinions. We talk like adults. We can have a difference of opinion, us going into a bunch of okay. I hope that my internet is still going today and she is not giving me a hard time. Okay, great. She isn't. Love that for me. Okay. So AEW decided that they was going to play the from the London show last year. Now, I saw the footage live on AEW because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see what they were saying was so egregious. I'm going to try to show y'all this footage. Okay. I am hoping and that do not shut my shit off because they probably will. There's no sound as far as I know. So let me see if I can play it for y'all. Hold tight. Hold tight. Here we go. So I'm confused. I'm so confused. Tony was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found, but he claimed he feared for his life. I don't understand what this footage was supposed to prove, but here's the kicker. Here's where shit goes off the rails for me. When the Young Bucks started the conversation, they alluded to an individual who they believed was bringing the company down, who was a cancer to AEW. Okay, fine. Now, but they tied all this shit into their feud with FTR, and I'm confused. Maybe somebody can explain to me why that is, because it makes absolutely no sense to me. You did not prove anything when it came to FTR. All you did was make it seem like you were putting your EVP hats on and FTR basically took advantage of that. And you guys lost because you were so distracted by what this one incident did because you guys had to switch out of wrestler mode to EVP mode, that's how they were able to beat you, because that was a fluke win. I'm like, so you were trying to kill two birds with one stone, but you didn't do anything but make Tony Khan look like a liar. You cannot be serious. You just can't. There's no way. Like this, none of this fit the narrative you're trying to spin. CM Punk said that he did what was shown in the video. I don't understand. I don't understand what you thought was going to happen here. I'm not understanding. I'm not computing. Maybe somebody in the comments can help me understand it better, but I am not computing. I don't understand exactly what I was supposed to be seeing that was so egregious. I don't get it. I don't. I'm so confused. So I put the links in there for anybody who wanted to come in. If they don't want to type, that's fine. I just want to make sure everybody understands the rules. Just if you want to come in, that's great. But keep it cute, keep it classy. So I'm going to tell you, because the moderators are real quick with the block button over here. And I got a lot of people in here, which is not normal. Usually I'm at the 20s when it comes to my live. So anyways, Janelle said, do you think it was right to show the footage? No, it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary, but it seems like I said, they were trying to kill two birds with one stone. They were trying to make CM Punk look bad. And then on top of that, tie all of that into the storyline with them and FTR. And then to me, it was an unnecessary tie-in. That should have been separate. You should have did like some type of exclusive interview where you aired that and then put that on there, rather than you coming out and using this as a piece or a link to why you've been having such an issue with FTR and you losing to them the way that you did at All In. I was just like, you could have just been like, we were working. Girl, it was a bad day.
This is
I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So the footage is released now. I see they scraping for clicks and views. That's all I got from that. Tony was not anywhere to be found on that footage. And for him to say that he feared for his life and for him to lie like that, he just exposed himself on national television. That was fucking nuts. That's nuts.
Well,
why did you do that?
Where the fuck was he? Where the fuck was he?
He wasn't there, because when you look at the footage, I saw
that's what I want to know.
I saw Samoa Joe. I saw Hook. I saw CM Punk. There was some staff back there, but the wrestlers I recognized. He was nowhere to be found. At least not on that camera. He definitely didn't come in and break anything up. He was not even there. Now, if CM Punk went to him after that, it was in a blind spot in the camera. We didn't see that. But his ass wasn't there. And he claimed he was there for the incident and he feared for his life. That was the promo he cut. So I'm confused. I'm lost.
This makes absolutely no sense. Like, what are they trying to get out of it?
I don't know.
Like, are they just doing this for yet another
video
with
just
FTR?
To be petty? How would you say?
Did they just use that for another fucking match with FTR?
Yes, they tied it all in together. Because when I was sitting here and we was talking earlier, I had it on the TV because I wanted to see if they was really going to show that footage. When they were talking, they were detailing their feud with FTR. That's how that was playing out. They were literally going back and detailing their feud from start to finish. Then when it got to the footage, they were sitting in the back in front of a TV they're talking, and then they allude to an individual that they believe was trying to bring the company down. That he was like a cancer to them, to their company. He said when this incident happened, they had to put their EVP hats on. And I was like, okay, cool. Then they allude to it in terms of, they go from the incident to then going back to talking about FTR. And it made it sound like they were correlating the incident with them being taken out of the element of being able to wrestle. And that's why FTR won, because of this incident. That was a trickle effect. That's how it came across to me. If I'm misinterpreting it, anything, please tell me. Somebody please tell me. But that's how my mind processed what I was hearing and seeing.
I mean, if that's how I'm seeing it, I just think this is a really, really dumb way of doing it.
It was stupid. I don't understand. I'm like, why would you do this? Why didn't you keep this shit separate?
Do they not realize the can of worms that they've opened up by doing this?
If I was seeing Punk, I would pay it no mind.
He's probably not even watching, to be honest with you.
Because for real, Alexis, what he said happened is what happened on that footage.
Exactly.
That is what happened.
Word.
What he said happened.
I don't mean to be cussing a lot, but that shit
what happened.
Legit made me mad.
It's fine. What he said happened is what happened on that footage. Other than he did throw a punch. he did.
But you know what? At that point, he deserves it though. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. Like he flat out deserves it, because people are like, oh, he pushed Perry first. I'm like, Perry wouldn't get out of his fucking face.
CM Punk said he went up to him to talk to him about
why he had to
go out there, go into the business for himself out there during the event. Like, focus on your match, do your match, and then whatever grievance you have, settle it with me later. Perry basically doubled down on it and was like, well, what are you going to do about it? You know, it was huffing and puffing. It didn't get physical until he obviously said something to piss him off. Okay, so I was trying to understand. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Because it really was a calm conversation until he said something that Punk didn't like, and then it got ugly. Do you think they showed the video just to?
And the only way you do that is
it would CM Punk said, and because of what CM Punk said in the video.
Of course they did.
Yes, 100%. This was their way of, basically saying CM Punk's a liar, which it did. I don't think it's going to work out the way that they.
All it did was show that he was telling the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so funny. It's like
you already had people dragging them before the show even fucking started for doing this. Now people are dragging them even fucking more now.
Will Ospreay was out there being shady, talking about someone sleeping with the boss.
What's the point? Like, they're just using this for.
I didn't listen to Will Ospreay.
The way that tossed over or knocked down and all that stuff. I didn't see nothing get knocked down. Did you?
No, they were fighting, and it was just between the two of them. And then Joe came over there. Joe told him, it looked like Joe was telling him to let him go, which Punk ended up letting him go. They pulled him back, and then he basically threw his hand up and walked away, which is what he said happened. That's why I'm so confused.
Because he was tired of dealing with it.
Nicole's here.
Because he was already mad that day. Like, that's the part that they left out, that he was already upset because they didn't pick him up from the airport. He had to go on that nasty ass subway. He was tired. And at that point, he was already starting to get disillusioned with it. Just straight up.
Damn.
Right? That's wild. Nicole said, only person I need to hear from is Tony Khan. I need to hear from Tony Khan because she lied. He straight up lied.
It is a nasty ass subway. It really is.
Like, he dead ass lied.
If you're gonna be a liar, be a good liar. Make it believable.
Nicole said, also, you're in a sports-like environment. There's scuffles and shit all the time. Fair.
This is insane.
Lied his ass off. He just lied. I'm like, how you lie and then tell on yourself in the video? Why would you do that? Why would you put this video out to expose yourself, you dumbass? Oh, I'm so.
You know, he's gonna come out and be like, "Well, I was further off to the side," and that's when when the fight broke off. It's like the fight didn't even last that long.
Jesus,
shit, my kid's a better liar than him. Damn, and she makes up some of the weirdest shit you'll ever hear.
This is the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life. I ain't never seen no shit like. Even Ted Turner and them didn't do shit like this at WCW. They didn't do no shit like this.
No, because you know why? They had a little bit of class, and Ted had people telling him, "No, you can't do that." Because WWE used to take shots at WCW all the time. Remember, WCW kicked WWE's ass a lot during the Monday Night Wars.
Right.
Like, they were kicking their asses. So they're like, no, we don't need to sink to their level because we're performing better than them. They didn't have to do petty ass shit. But Tony got caught lying. This is a grown-ass man. This isn't a teenager. This isn't a little kid. This is a grown-ass man who's almost in his 40s. This is ridiculous.
This is wild. They put it on national TV. What did you expect? That's gonna be a whole meme now.
And you know, shit, man, I was watching it on Twitter because I kept like going back and rewatching it so I could see like every little thing that was going on in the background. And when I started watching the clip, it was at 800. By the time you came on in this short period of time for like comments and views on it, there was like 600 comments and like 1K views. By the time I came on here, that was almost up to 1K comments and over 300 or over 3K comments in the span of what 5 minutes?
They gotta be tearing them apart because there's just no way.
Tony ain't gonna come out. Tony knows he's busted. His own AVP's ratted him out.
He let him do it. He's the one who put the announcement out there. He is the one who had the announcement out there.
He's such a dumbass.
I don't get
Everything Phil has said has been true. The only reason AEW is still going is because Tony is pumping money into it. But we've said that for years.
Why are you repeating everything Nicole is saying? What's happening here in these comments?
What's up?
All right.
Well, when you allow people to run amok in your palace and you please with it, because Tony's not, and Punk said this in the interview, Tony's not a boss. Tony is a nice guy.
I have been saying for years since AEW started.
He doesn't know how to be like the guy in charge. It's like Tiff said it before. It's like the divorced dad on the weekend.
You got a company where you have a lot of talented superstars that can really elevate the company, and competition always makes things better. Iron sharpens iron. And if you are out there putting out worthy content when it comes to on this level of mainstream professional wrestling, then you have the ability. That's what I said, Nicole. Then you have the ability to be able to put on a good product. In Tony Khan's case, he's so busy being worried about being liked that he is forgetting that he has to be a boss. He has to be able to run the company, even if it means that you're not well liked amongst some of your superstars. I mean, you can be liked and still make decisions that people don't like. Triple H does it all the time. I just don't understand what is going on here. I'm very confused about it. And I feel like with the Young Bucks being EVPs and being on-air personalities the way that they are, that causes a conflict of interest for them. And I've said this on our podcast before. So if some of you guys are new and you haven't been here, obviously it's a lot of people in here today. So appreciate that. I love that, because I went viral on TikTok and Instagram and on Twitter today. So it was a very interesting day for me. But Down for the Count is the podcast. There's
That's
plenty of episodes
she
up there.
Bad bitch. She got more money.
we cover everything on Down for the Count. So if you guys want to hear everything else that we have to say when it comes to wrestling, especially me, then you can come over there and listen to us. There's hundreds of episodes over there for you to go through, and you can go all the way back and listen to older stuff. It is all available. If you
over 300 episodes.
What is that? What happened, Alexis? Can you hear me?
No, I was just saying we have over 300 episodes that you guys can listen to.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's plenty. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You guys can listen.
I'm doing this through my laptop to see if this sounds better.
Okay, you guys can listen to us over there, so no worries.
No, I agree. I agree with what B. Jeffers is saying. He says, I personally feel active wrestlers shouldn't be holding front office positions, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. You either become the VPs or you become roster talent. You can't have the best. You can't have both worlds.
Okay. I'm gonna need my moderators to get that out of here.
On it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to take care of that. All right, because it's just repeating everything, and I don't understand.
Do you want me to remove or put in time?
No, I took it out.
Okay.
Nah, because it's not only repeating Nicole stuff, it's repeating anybody who puts anything in there. All right. So there was that. I'm going to turn the stream off on Facebook because it's not giving me anything. I'm going to turn that down. All right. No, you're good. Don't even worry about it, Kenny.
I just love the fact that we're already seeing.
Go ahead, Alexis. You're good.
No, I just think it's funny that they thought they were really doing something, but like all I'm seeing online right now is that I'm on my phone because that way I'm signed into the socials better than my laptop, and they are just getting dragged. And anyone who's like saying, well, CM Punk's a liar because Jack didn't lay a hand on him. So what? That little motherfucker was acting like he needed his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked. Pure and simple. Plus, you haven't seen his ass back in AEW since then either. So, I mean.
All right. So, I mean, there's only so much you can say about this shit. For real. And I'm just not.
And if you notice, he's been really.
I'm just not willing to. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing to dissect when it comes to that. So, I mean, good luck, AEW. I don't want you to go down. I want to make that very clear, especially with some of the new people that are coming in. I don't want AEW to not exist. In fact, I want the exact opposite. I want them to exist so that they can continue to provide alternative wrestling for people who prefer that brand of wrestling. I also want those guys that are over there thriving to continue to thrive and be able to work, provide for themselves and their families, and do what they've always loved to do. And I think that that is very possible. But when you're doing shit like this doesn't make you look good. In fact, it makes you look like you were very triggered by CM Punk and everything that he's been able to do since he left. It looks like you are really petty, and as a company, not as an individual, as a company, you are held to a standard, or you should be. You should be held to a standard where you don't stoop to these levels because you don't have to. As a business, you need to keep it moving. I don't care what people are saying unless it's something detrimental, like what you've seen recently with WWE and their shit. Unless it's something like that, there's no reason for you to respond to anything. That's why you have lawyers. That is why you have PR and everything else to protect the company. You don't need to talk about these things. And you didn't have to respond to anything CM Punk said in that interview. You didn't have to say anything. You could have moved forward, because I guarantee you, these last couple of days, nobody was talking about that fucking interview. Nobody. Everybody was talking about WrestleMania.
Mm-mm.
That's what everybody was talking about. Nobody was concerned.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
What about the age thing? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I'm not watching AEW. I turned it off. So I don't know. They really should have paid CM Punk dust and focused on their new big signees and current roster, because people are going to come and go just like WWE. It's the same thing. I 100% agree. You've got Will Ospreay over there. You've got Okada over there. You got Mercedes Moné over there. And you are butthurt by what CM Punk said happened. Bro, like, find something else to do. It's not that serious. I mean, no, you shouldn't be fighting. That's true. You shouldn't be fighting, but we've seen worse. Like, we just saw it at the Super Bowl with Travis Kelce getting in his coach's face. We just saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens in sports. Is it frowned upon? Yes. Is it something that should be glorified? No, absolutely not. Okay, no problem. Well, it's like they always say, a hit dog will holler, and they are screaming over in AEW. I really hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I really hate that because it's just disappointing. But we're gonna move on because I genuinely don't want to talk about that. So I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back and we'll move into the Slammies, because I didn't talk about the Slammies. So we'll talk about that.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
Okay, ladies and gents, let's get into the Slammies. All right, so I went to a website to pull up the Slammies, the full list of winners, because I did not watch it. And Let me get the graphic for it. Before I get started, let me get some of y'all comments out the way. She said, I started didn't mean to talk over you, Tiff. Connection was starting to get crappy. Oh, don't worry about it, Alexis. It happens. No worries. I hate that for the talent. I do too. I really don't like that because I feel like you're overshadowing the talent. The very same thing you're accusing CM Punk of doing, you're doing it now. And it doesn't have to be that way. Just move on and let it go. You don't need to even dwell on that. CM Punk has left. You guys don't have him in there no more. You're happy about that. A lot of people are mad. Most people are happy about that. Okay, fine. You don't have to be sitting here going on and on and on about this over and over and over again. It's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's very disappointing. I'm disappointed because they could have just been doing better than this. And I feel very bad for those guys in the back that are working. Some of them I'm not the biggest fan of, but again, I respect what they do and I want them to be able to do what they love to do. And everybody can't be in WWE. That's just the reality of it. So them being a part of AEW, I thought was the best thing that they could do, you know? So, and then with them acting like this puts everything in jeopardy. And I just wish they would react. Oh, B. Jeffers, send it to me. Screenshot it and send it to me. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Okay. I do have this. This is the weekly content that we do. I go live on Mondays, Tuesdays, today, and Fridays. And then on Saturday and Sunday, if there are PLEs to go live about afterwards, I do. I covered WrestleMania. We covered Elimination Chamber. We covered all of it. So if you want to see all that stuff, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And thank you. Also have a membership. The memberships are up. Everything is detailed in the membership. The membership is really, really cheap. And I'm getting ready to start gifting memberships. So that's coming. And it's going to be exclusive content on the membership. First episode that we're going to do for the membership is going to be makeup in wrestling. So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do my makeup, and we're going to talk about something in regards to wrestling, whether it be older feuds, or if it is Becky's book, which I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to do every week, we're going to do a couple chapters of Becky's book so I can kind of tell y'all what's in it, give you guys an idea of it. Okay, we're going to have some fun. All right. So if you want to be a part of the membership, just head on over. You should be able to subscribe to the membership in the live right now. But if you can't, if there's an issue, just send me a message and let me know. On the community tab, you can give me a message on the community tab and I will fix it and you guys can sign up for it. My memberships are really cheap. They're 99 cents and $2.99. That's it. You get a hefty discount on merch that I create, which I'm going to create merch very soon because y'all seem to really like the all you had to do was leave tagline, which is so weird to me. Okay, so all of that stuff is coming. It is coming. So please subscribe and welcome to the family. If you're going to stay over here, welcome. I appreciate y'all being in here. But she's right. That interview was a buffer for Mania and no one was checking for them all weekend. Nobody was talking about that interview. Nobody was talking about it. It was over and done with. It was over. I don't understand it. Please get the membership, okay? I need that story. Big Jeffers sent it to me. That's cool. Oh, sure. I got y'all comments coming in. Also, follow Down for the Count on Twitter, IG, and listen to us on Spotify. Yes, shameless plug. Please do. Okay. Thank you, B. Jeffers. Sorry for the request, but we can't hear. But can we hear another Hot Takes episode on the podcast? Sure. As soon as I can get everybody together for a Hot Takes episode, absolutely, we'll do another one. Okay. And if you guys have requests that you want us to do for the podcast, I will gladly talk to the girls and some of our, honorary members of the podcast, and we'll talk about it. We might even do a special episode for SummerSlam. The SummerSlam's coming to town, Jared. It's coming to town. By the way, I want to make something very clear. My husband's name is Gerard, but I call him Jared. Please don't call that man Jared because he will get on my ass for that. And it's my fault. And I'm sorry, baby. Okay. I really am. I love you. Me too. I do. It's my fault because that is my nickname for him. And everybody calls him that now. And he's very upset. So please call him Gerard. That is his name. If you want to talk about him or at least acknowledge him. If you want to acknowledge him, his name is Gerard. It is not Jared. I just call him Jared because he hates it. And it's funny to me. But anyways. All right, I'm going to check my inbox. We're talking about the Slammies. Okay, we got to get into it. The memberships, if you can't find them inside the live, Young Boy J, you can always go to my YouTube page. And on my YouTube page is where you can go ahead and sign up for the membership. If the membership is inactive or there's an issue with you trying to buy a membership, let me know and I will go in there and fix it. And I'll put a message on my community tab to let you guys know that the memberships are active and ready to go. Okay. Alrighty. Also, y'all watching on Twitter, like and repost, please do. Hello, Twitter. Hi. Y'all have been giving me anxiety all day over on Twitter. Okay. I have been trying to put my phone down all day and I have not had an opportunity to do that because it keep fucking dinging and vibrating. God, wait. But I love every one of y'all. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. If y'all have ideas or requests, let us know. We'll always try something new. That's true. The podcast has been up for a while. There are plenty of episodes up there. The older episodes are an absolute mess. But I love them. I don't care what anyone says. I love them. So, I hope y'all enjoy it. If you please go check out the podcast. That is Nicole's brainchild, and it is me and Alexis' redheaded stepchild, honey. It is our baby, and we've been working on that podcast for years, and we really do enjoy doing it, and we want people to listen to it because it's three women in a space where it's male dominated, and we've had nothing but love from the podcast community. And I want you guys to hear our perspective because we're not like the other podcasts. We are different, and I want you to hear why we're different. So head on over there and go check it out. You can follow Down for the Count on Twitter. You can also follow Down for the Count on Instagram, but it is at D4TC_podcast on Instagram. And you can get our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere you listen to your podcast, it is available. Okay. Also, if you're looking for indie wrestling content, you want to look at matches, you want to look at review of shows, We Love Wrestling does all of that. He has Instagram, YouTube, Twitter as well. Midwest Melanin Mafia is over there, which I am also a part of. He just had his big YouTube milestone, so shout out to Big Homie for that. Always been a big supporter of the pod, and I will always ride for my people all day, every day. And We Love Wrestling was one of the first people to do that, along with Marks with Mikes and Get Your Podcast. They also do great podcasts. All of us are very unique, but we all respect each other and give each other as much love as possible. So go over there and check them out. And then last shameless plug, I promise, go to Culture Podcast, Know the Ropes Podcast, and of course, Smacking It Raw Podcast. All right. All of them are family to me, and I respect them and love them. And I want y'all to go and listen to their podcast because we all have different takes on wrestling. And I think you would really enjoy all of our wrestling. Now that I am done plugging everything and everybody, we are finally going to get to the goddamn Slammies. Okay. We're going to finally get to the Slammies. Jesus. Now, let's get to some of the comments. Remy said, hi, Key. I was calling him Jared for a whole year before I knew that wasn't his name. Sorry, homie. That's my fault. That is my fault because that's what I be calling him on the video. So y'all can only call him what you hear. But his name is Gerard. That is his name. And he gets very in his feelings when you don't call him by his name. Listen to all of them. I say listen to all of the pods because they work. Okay, they're all good. they're just a little rough around the edges. They're just a little rough around the edges. Okay. It would be so cool if y'all got invited to do a press conference at one of the PLEs one day. Oh God, from your lips to God's ears. I was just talking to my friend Tirza about that. And Nicole and Alexis, I have to talk to y'all in the group chat about that because there is definitely a way to do it. I figured it out. All right. Get us to Mania Scrum next year, period. They one of the best podcasts out there, so y'all better listen. Appreciate that, Hiram. That man is the king of Ohio. That's right. Y'all gotta check in with him when y'all step foot in Ohio. Kayla says, I just call him AJ if that's okay with you and him. It is okay. That is his nickname, and he's fine with that. Just don't call him Jared. AJ or Gerard works for him. Okay, so let's get into the Slammies, okay? So I went to Bleacher Report to pull up the Slammy Award winners, okay? So the 2024 Slammy Award winners are as follows, okay? Cody Rhodes is your male superstar of the year. Shout out to Cody, I guess. I mean, are y'all surprised that Cody won male superstar of the year? Are you shocked? You're not shocked? I had to put it up so y'all can see it, possibly see it. Jonelle said, Down for the Count is one of my favorite podcasts. They make me laugh and I love to have a good time. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the show. Thanks, Jonelle. That means a lot to us. It really does. No, not really. Nope. Y'all not surprised? What? I thought they was going to give it to Roman, honestly, but they gave it to Cody. So good for Cody. The fans voted. The Slammies is a fan-voted award show. And the fans voted. Now, female superstar of the year. It was no surprise here that it went to Rhea Ripley. NXT superstar of the year went to Tiffany Stratton. I don't know how I feel about that one. I kind of low-key feel like you could have given that to Trick or Carmelo. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like that was the right choice. But the fans are the ones who giving out the awards, so I can't really be mad about it. You know. Yeah, Kenny, they could have given Superstar of the Year to Jay. He was technically like a breakout star. Okay. Not you shook it to the core. Remy said Helen Keller could see that coming. Child, we all, yeah, you're right. You are right. They could have gave it to Jay too. Jay was a good choice. Like I said, Jay was a very good choice for Superstar of the Year. But the fans voted. So, not Helen Keller. Them people love some mommy. Okay, child. I got issues with that one, child. We know. It's okay. It is okay, Alexis. It's all right. It's all right. I wish I had the courage to start my own wrestling podcast and possibly go into wrestling press conference. So my hat's off to y'all. Anybody can do a podcast. Anybody can do a podcast. It is not hard to do. You just have to have a little bit of confidence and a little bit of courage to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there for things that you want. If you don't put yourself out there, you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can do a podcast. Anybody. That should have been Trick or Braun. I don't want Braun Breaker to have. That probably sounds really messed up, but I don't. I did not want him to have it. But I would have been okay with Trick Williams having it. I would have been fine with that. And I feel like even though his rise started later on, it was so massive that it overshadowed anything. And I just would have given it to Trick. Just out of GP, I would have given it to him. Exactly. We did not know if people would listen to us. And a lot of people started listening to us, and our podcast is still slowly growing. But we're gonna keep going at it because it's worth a listen. You feel me? I still rep Trip Williams for this year. Might as well. We don't have, but him and Shelton in South Carolina. Oh, I would have gave it to Lyra. Lyra is a good pick, but I don't think she's enough of a fan favorite for her to be chosen like that, which is why Tiffany Stratton got it. But we're gonna move on as soon as I get rid of y'all comments. Freud is really saying I told you so with everyone calling Rhea mommy. Child. I wish I had the courage. I'm gonna call my podcast Butts and Stuff. Go to hell, kitty. Dude, the first episodes I had to drink to get loosened up, and we really didn't give it all. There's a few episodes where I'm sick and you can hear me losing my voice. Honestly, I like those episodes. I think those episodes are the best episodes because they were really real and raw, and there was no inhibition. We just was talking mad shit. And it was fun. It was fun. Okay. So we're moving on from Tiffany Stratton. Breakout Superstar of the Year went to LA Knight. Okay. That's actually not a bad pick. That's a really good pick. Rivalry of the Year went to Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Fair. That's fair. I understand why they went that route. I don't know. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that one. I feel like there's other feuds that you could have involved in there. Like you could have involved Finn and Seth's feud, or Seth's feud with Matt Riddle. Didn't that happen last year?
Seth and Riddle?
Yeah.
I think so.
Or the year before? Was it the year before?
When Seth was talking about
his kids. He called him a little bitch. Like, wasn't that last year? A lot happened last year. But wasn't that last year?
I want to say that was last year. That shit was funny as hell.
I swear that was last year, though. Not LA Daddy. That's crazy. Yeah, the year before. It was the year before? That means mentioning Riddle, and I don't think WWE wants to ever mention him. It was there was a lot of discord. Wasn't that in 2022 with Seth and Riddle? These years rolling so fast, though. I feel like it was, but my brain, everything runs together, especially after Mania, so I could be very much wrong. So if I'm wrong, I apologize for that. All right. Match of the year went to Charlotte and Rhea, period. That match at Mania last year was fire. Faction of the year went to Judgment Day. Social Star of the Year went to Drew McIntyre. Now, ain't that something?
He beat out Xavier. What?
Yeah. He beat out a lot of people, actually. Rhea was up for Social Media Star of the Year, which is interesting because Rhea Ripley got like the biggest following on TikTok. Her, Roman, and I think a few other people. So it was interesting that Drew got Social Media Star of the Year. But it worked for him. And he beat out Chelsea. But they say Chelsea tried to steal it. tried to steal the award. It was last year. Okay, so I'm not crazy. All that shit happened last year. And then B. Jeffers said, yeah, because Bray came back that night after their match. Right. Am I crazy? Because Bray's been gone for a year, though. It had to be 2022. Because he passed away. He's been gone for a year now. So, right? Has it been more than a year?
I don't know. I don't think it's been a year for Bray. If it has been, it's been a year. I don't think it's been more than a year.
It was 2022. Okay. Chelsea tried to steal it. Chelsea said hell no and tried to steal it. Drew tweeting during his match had me rolling. That's a mess. Chelsea stole the trophy and ran.
Drew called security on her ass.
That's wild.
Just had her removed.
I thought so. Bray Wyatt passed in August last year. Okay. That's fine. All right. So best entrance goes to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes getting a lot of awards, honey. The oh my God moment of the year went to CM Punk for returning at Survivor Series. And then return of the year went to CM Punk for returning at Survivor Series. Fan chant of the year is yeah from LA Knight. Mic drop of the year came from Paul Heyman. The Rizzy winner went to Seth Rollins. Villain of the year went to Dominic Mysterio. Really? Really? Are y'all serious? Trash talker of the year went to The Rock. Y'all gave The Rock trash talker of the year.
Nigga just got back.
Y'all are dead ass wrong for that.
All The Rock did was cuss every 5 seconds to call himself the final boss.
Right, like y'all really gave The Rock trash talker of the year. Are y'all serious right now? Okay, child. Drew made a joke saying that if Chelsea didn't leave, he would have her escorted out. Laugh my butt off. Drew is a menace. Well, he very much is. And we love that for Drew. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the Slammies. Okay. So now we're going to move. And what are you looking for, dear? The red ones?
Yeah.
Do you need the light?
Yeah.
Did you give him to KJ?
No.
Are you sure?
I was there.
All right. I'm just asking. Okay. So let's talk about the draft. The draft is coming April 26th, and then it'll resume on Monday, April 29th. And you know that there is always a supplemental draft that happens after that. They usually do it on like the bump or like a raw talk or talking smack or some shit like that. So, and then that'll announce where all the free agents are and who's a free agent and where they could possibly end up. Okay. I'm not surprised Dom gets booed in every arena. Yeah, but like, wouldn't Roman be villain of the year? Would Roman be considered villain of the year? Like, I would have voted Roman villain of the year. Dominic don't do shit compared to what Roman's been doing. Like, are you serious? Dom got booed at his own wedding. Him getting booed is a natural thing. A lot of people get booed. Bronson Reed and his titties get booed. But I'm just saying, like, wow, the draft after then, I thought it would be. Sounds good to me. It's faster. Okay, it's faster, you meant. Okay. I have something to say about someone who should be drafted to NXT. Who you talking? Okay, we'll put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Now, Nicole said no, because I said shouldn't Roman be considered villain of the year? And she said no, because Roman is still still doing mess. I just don't understand it. But hearing the boos for Dom in person is jarring. I'm telling y'all. Really? I thought they was pumping in extra shit. It's really that loud? Jeffers, tell us everything. Now, the draft is happening And we saw Monday that they showcased a few superstars from NXT, mainly the champions. They had Roxanne Perez wrestling Indy Hartwell, and they had Ilya Dragunov wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura. Both of them did exceptionally well. Dragunov got a huge reception on the main roster when he popped up. So that's very telling. And that, to me, that is an amazing thing for Dragunov. Roxanne got a good pop as well, so that is good for her too. But I want to know where y'all think people are going. So let's start with NXT, okay? No, they are not. When I saw them, I couldn't even hear him talking. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I guess then that, making Dom Villain of the Year is justified. I guess that's fair. The same way when Bayley was in Damage Control and they only booed her, even though they are all heels. Fair. You got a point, Queen K. You got a point. I love him. I do, but I feel like sending Jimmy to NXT. I feel he'll do great there, and Sean can really find a way to break away from Jay's shadow. That is very interesting. Sending Jimmy to NXT. I actually really like that. I think that will also help him develop some moves to his move set. I think that will help him. He's good on the microphone. I ain't never known Jimmy to be a slouch on the microphone, but it also will help him get used to doing it on a day-to-day basis. He'll cut better promos. He'll be quicker on his feet. He can slice people on that microphone. He's very good at telling stories. So I actually like that idea. I really, really, really like that. B. Jeffers, what you doing? I see you. We see you, B. Jeffers. We can see you. Okay. Period, Nicole. That is not a bad idea at all. In fact, I love that. I think that should be something they go with. Do it. Do it now. Ilya is such a bad bitch with an awesome jacket game. Very much so. Hi, Donnie. Hello. We got a full house today. The house is very much full, honey. No, because when I'm at a WWE show or MSG or the Barclays, Dom gets booed to the max. Oh, Jesus. I didn't think it was that bad. Wait a minute. That's some booking I would do, girl. Girl, they learning. Girl, they learning, child. He said, walk with me, period. Period. He said, nigga, we jogging. Stop. Stop. I'm going to put the link in here one more time in case y'all want to join in the live. You definitely can. Okay. It is 220 people in here. That is a new thing for me. Okay. But with the impending Jacob Fatu coming, child, I saw that too. They say Jacob Fatu done signed his WWE contract. I bet you that new bloodline is just itching to come out, child. They just itching. Ilya really did great. I can see him and Carmelo moving up. Roxanne will be great, but I just wouldn't want her lost in the shuffle. I think Tegan and Zaya could benefit from going back to NXT too. Personally, I don't think Roxanne would get lost in the shuffle. Roxanne is a favorite amongst a lot of people in the back, and I fully understand why. Outside of kayfabe and her character, Roxanne is an incredible wrestling talent. She's amazing at what she does in that ring. I feel like her going heel was the best thing for her. It worked for her, and she's able to now showcase that she can do both things, and that's a good thing for Roxanne. So I think she did good with that promo.
I was like a little scared, but I mean, obviously, I always stay with her. Regardless.
She does want to walk with her sister.
I'm always ride or die for Roxanne. But I was like, who? I was like, I'm so proud of you.
Baby, you proud of her, you got a problem.
I know, nigga. Hold on.
He was cooking.
That is such a smart idea because that was like a huge. And then I wish I saved that tweet. That person that put it out because it was so fucking smart how they broke it down because they were like, I knew that match was not going to be good, and then so everyone was like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And they were talking about and like how they're still too similar, and I
Yeah,
know that's going to be hard because they're fucking twins,
yeah.
but at the same
No,
time,
what you saying makes sense
it was just like
because when
watching
the
someone
Bellas
wrestle
wrestle,
themselves. It was boring.
yeah, like when the Bellas wrestle, although when they scuffled,
They had
as
different
y'all
move
said,
sets though.
they had different movesets. Bree was more of a high flyer, whereas Nikki was the powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But with
And then for
Jimmy and Jay,
Jimmy,
it's no
they're both
differentiation.
doing the same shit. I don't know
Right.
if they didn't talk about, but they should talked about that match a lot more before they went
I
out
wish
there.
they would have made it a stipulation match, like it was
Yes,
no
I think that would have
DQ,
been a little bit better.
and
Yeah.
it would have made it so much better
Did we
because they
even
would have
really?
had.
The street fight was only the really. I mean, if you want to count the bloodline rules, but I don't
I'd
think
still
that's
say that
necessarily.
match required it. It was big enough. You could have done that, and they needed it. They needed it, especially
They co-
it would have worked much better, especially with the spot
oh shit!
when Jimmy was like
Oh,
pretending
dog.
to plead with his brother. He could have easily like hit a kendo stick and then smacked his brother in the gut with it.
They could have put him in a fucking cage. When was the last time we had a cage match at
That's what
Mania?
I was saying. Yup, you could have put him in a steel cage match too.
Yeah.
They could have did anything, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that match either, but I appreciated the story it told. I just wish it was better.
To me, that was the worst match of the night of the weekend.
I mean, respectfully, I have to agree because Ray Santos and Dominic's match with
They
Andrade,
stole the
that shit
show,
hit.
and I
That
didn't want to
shit
see that
hit.
shit.
And I didn't expect that to hit the way it did, and it
I
did.
thought that match was gonna be bad too.
Me
I
too.
knew. I thought it was gonna be cute. I just didn't necessarily care for it because it was fucking Dom and Ray. Andrade is really
Let's
what
hit the
saved that
likes button,
match.
y'all. Yes, please do. Please hit the like button. I would
Ooh, I
appreciate that.
cannot. Ooh, this is getting. I can't
Send
focus
Tegan
anymore.
to FCW. Why y'all so hard on Tegan? Tegan do her job.
Tegan
She
ain't
not
no
that
different
bad.
than Dakota.
I have
I
to
wish y'all
agree.
start ragging
Where
on
is Tegan?
Tegan.
On Raw,
Somewhere she dropped from Natty. Natty dropped her.
yeah, like the only thing Dakota got over Tegan is she can cut promos.
Yes, that's literally it.
She can
That's
cut
what's
promos
saving
better
her.
than Tegan can. She's got a better character than
But
Tegan does.
Tegan's gonna
So
stay having a job because Triple H loves her for some reason.
I mean that's fair. I'm fine with Tegan being
I'm fine
there.
with certain people always having jobs. I want that. That's the same thing like Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, I love Akira Tozawa though.
Just always keep him because you always need
Oh my
you
fucking
need a
knee
good
is on
undercard. I
fire.
mean, and that's why I wish they would do more with Cedric. I would never, and this sounds messed up. I would never let Cedric go.
Me
I
either.
don't think I would let him go either, but
I
I'm
would
tired of
never.
them making him lose.
I would never not unless
Cause
he
I'm
like
sorry,
doesn't renew his contract, which I don't think he. It's easy money.
he should have won in that WWE Speed match. Bronson shouldn't have won that match, and I
Oh
was
my
pissed.
god!
Bronson beat him, and I was like, why did y'all do that? Why? For what?
Why?
Bronson big ass is in every match. The man, y'all
He
just
just
gave
won
him
that.
the damn Andre
He
the
just won
Giant
the
Battle
Andre the
Royal.
Giant shit.
Yeah, he just
Hold
won
on,
it.
wait a minute.
I
Just
low
gave
key
him in the shit.
don't even want this food, but I
I
need to eat.
don't want Shayna to go back to NXT. What I want is for Shayna to be used on the roster properly.
I want her to be used on the roster, and obviously, if Nick is going to do what we think he's doing, I
Mm.
want her to be one of like the floaters.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
I think they should have like an X amount of people. I wouldn't say I wouldn't have more than like 6 people, like 6, 7 people, which again, if like everything, like works out how like we
Yeah,
think it
with
should
the
or it
company.
might. Yes, I
Yeah,
would have a set, like a small little mini, like very, 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 very mini roster of people, which they show up on TV every once in a while. They show up, every once in a while, so you don't forget them. and then they go away, and then they go wrestle somewhere for a little bit, and then they come back for a second, they go wrestle. Like I would have like 6-7 people floaters. I would have her as one. I would have Cedric Alexander as one.
Yeah.
I would have Ricochet as one.
Yeah, because I feel like Cedric could go to New Japan and really tear some shit
I
up.
would have Shayna, Cedric, Ricochet. You know who's low key been impressing me?
Who?
Ivar.
You know what? I agree.
I would have him. I would also have him with floater because I really like Ivar.
He's in NXT right now. Did you see him yesterday?
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. Like once he really was doing that, that little giggle with Bronson. I was like, I really like him.
Yeah.
That's a sneak. So I'm gonna add him to that. We need another woman. Honestly, what else is Tegan doing? We could throw her on there.
Yeah.
She'll need to have personality if she's going to.
Michin. You can have Mia Yim do it.
Yep. That's it. That's everybody. No one else is going nowhere.
This draft needs to be.
But then I would rotate it out like every X amount of months.
Fair. But then you would have to use the people that you rotate back in.
Yes. Unless not everybody, feud. But I would have, we will have Ricochet, like Ricochet's like been at like, I don't know, like New Japan for like 3-4 months. We're like, okay, we got something that we want you to do on our TV.
Right.
Take him out, put someone else in his place. Do like a, throw someone from fucking NXT, do Charlie Dempsey. He went to Bloodsport. He was at, where was he at? He was at that, what promotion was that? Oh my god, that's gonna bother me. He did that Japanese promotion a couple months before that. Remember?
What promotion was that?
I don't even remember, but you remember they were talking about it? He did like that pop up at that Japanese promotion, did a match. What was it? It was the one where Regal like introduced him or did like a little promo video for him.
I don't remember the promotion. I don't remember.
I don't remember it either. That's gonna bother me.
B. Jeffer said the draft needs to be a complete shakeup, like really shake the motherfucking table. I think that they will. Because you really don't have much of a choice. Like you don't have much of a choice. They have to because of the people that are on the roster at this point. And then there are going to be people who are going to stay in their spots because there are fews that have already been set up to move forward. So wherever Drew is, if they decide to move them to separate shows, they can still keep it going because it's not like they forced them to stay on their respective shows. Because if you've noticed, they've been allowing them to pop up on other shows.
With reason.
Yeah. So it's very possible.
You basically are allowed to pop up on another show when you say you're about to fight somebody or whoop someone's ass. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess you can go to NXT.
Also, leave the PC. Not saying arenas, but bigger venues like what TNA used to be in.
They're not in the PC. Oh,
they're gonna stay there. They're gonna stay there.
I hate them being there so much. You have no idea. I've been talking about.
They're gonna stay in that PC because they don't have to pay money for the venues.
I've been talking about this for 5 years.
Just build a fucking venue then. If you're gonna do that.
I hate that place. I hate those.
Just build your own venue.
I hate those people so much. You have no idea.
Any word on Tozawa after Ivar almost killed him on SmackDown? No, actually, it looked worse than it was. It looked worse than what it was. He did throw him wild, but he didn't hurt himself like it looked like.
He landed fine.
He did. Tears is here. Send Mia to NXT. I don't mind her going down there if they give her the championship.
Who?
Mia Yim.
Oh, I thought you meant Natty, and I was like, I will literally.
No, I wasn't talking about Natalya. No, if they give me the championship, sure.
That's fine. Okay, I thought you were talking about Natty for a second. I was like, oh no.
Why she can't get it?
She's done enough.
She almost got it yesterday.
Them hard titties. It's like. And I was like, they are so cute. I do not remember Natty's tits being that big.
Baby, they was up and out.
I do not. They've never been that big.
I was like, what's going on?
Never been that big.
And they was sitting up high.
They
I
look
said,
like
damn.
fucking watermelons.
Everybody
I was
compete.
like, oh my God. I was like, they need to have a department where if you want to get like work done, you have to like funnel it to someone.
Stop.
It has to be a woman though. We don't need no men doing this.
Fair.
I will appoint myself in this department. I tell you, yeah or nay.
She's a mess. Oh my
Because
God.
she had to get those redone because they've never been that big.
They're just so big.
And it's
B
not even,
Jeffers.
and it's like you can tell because it wasn't even like the way it was like the bra or the no, but I'm like, no, they are significantly bigger.
Right. B Jeffers said, to be honest, I feel like Chelsea would be a great floater also.
That is a good one. She would like that because she don't care about winning belts and championships. Like she said that multiple times.
Chelsea is
she
about
just wants
moments.
to be there and be entertaining. Like literally, that's what she said.
She's about creating moments. It was AJPW.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she could be a floater. She don't give a shit. I mean, she does give a shit, but I mean, like, she don't.
Did they ever consider NXT traveling for TV at one point weekly? Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
long time ago.
But they
when
decided
Hunter
that
was
it was
still there.
Yeah, they decided that it was more efficient for it to stay stationary. And it works out for some of those NXT people too, because they have a permanent place to call home for a little while before they have to do the heavy travel for the main roster. So
and then folks don't make as much as you think they do in NXT. I make more, I make okay money, but I make more. My median is higher than theirs.
So, and they're living in Florida, so they do get paid when they do get a bonus for being on TV. They get the champion bonus. They get the bonus for the PLEs. All of that is structured in their contract, but they're not getting main roster level money. They're not making six figures. So I believe that it is smarter to have the developmental talent stationary. And I don't have a problem with them being in the NXT in the PC the way that it is. If they want to go back to Full Sail, they definitely can. I'm sure Full Sail wouldn't mind having them. That's a contract that they've been getting money with every week. I'm sure they miss it. But if for now, it don't seem to be a priority of theirs because they don't have to pay out extra money to run NXT. Everything is coming from in-house. So I think they prefer it that way, and they're going to keep it that way because it just meets their bottom line. She says she got them downsized too. Well, how fucking big were they? What do you mean? She should never wear a push-up bra ever, if that's the case, because that was wild. Tiff, I feel like Odyssey Jones should be sent back down to NXT because we haven't seen him appear on Raw or SmackDown. You know, that's true. I forgot about Odyssey. They could have brought Odyssey back and had him feuding with Oba before they had Dijak and Briggs feuding with him. You know what? They very well could. But then too, WWE still has to do their cuts. They're going to be cutting people soon too. So, you know what happens every year? Spring cleaning is what they call it. Dang, I forgot about Odyssey Jones. Me too. And he got injured, and I think that's what derailed a lot of him and his career. But he was good. He was what Oba is now. Odyssey was supposed to be. Like, imagine Chelsea's character back in TNA or Stardom. This doesn't mean WWE standards. This doesn't mean WWE standards. I'm calling upper management. Where is Scott Demora? Phones Adam and Nick. You know what I want? I want to see Shayna win that TNA Knockout Women's Championship. That's what I want to see. And I think if you're going to let her go to other promotions, she needs to go to TNA. I want to see her and Jordan Grace go at it. And I want to see her win. Do y'all think Candice should go back to NXT fully do her heel run? No.
No,
Candace
not
can do
yet.
her heel run on the main roster. She doesn't have to go back to NXT to do that. I send Cedric and Adonis to NXT as a tag team. They can be a tag team on the main roster, honestly. The belts are separated now, so there's more opportunities, which I love that for them. If they do that right with Adonis and Cedric, they can be like the Billy Kidman and Brian Kendrick, like the Billy Kidman, Paul London, that era of tag teams. They could be the resurgence of that if they play it right. Okay, you put it in there twice. I'd love to see Cameron Grimes on Raw with a fresh start, honestly. I like Cameron. I think Cameron Grimes is underutilized too. Again, though, that belt had to be freed from fucking Gunther's vice grip. So, Jesus. And they got to get the belt away from Logan Paul in order for other people to get opportunities in the mid-card department, because Cameron Grimes ain't getting nowhere near neither one of them major championships, not even in the slightest. Shayna should have been champ a long time ago, not to spoil Becky's book, but she said when she found out she was pregnant, she had to face Shayna at Mania, and she wanted to drop it to her because she was the perfect heel to drop it to, and she would be a great heel champion. But Vince said no. Vince also didn't know she was pregnant yet either. Dun, 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 dun. That's crazy. Ooh. I mean, Vince said no to a lot of things. Turns out he was wrong. Big fucking shocker. But I'm not surprised. I mean, it worked out in the end. Unfortunately for Shayna, she didn't get to be champ. I wish she would have been able to be champion. That would have been dope, especially with the way they booked her at Elimination Chamber. Oh, it would have been chef's kiss. Okay. Sometimes it's best to listen to the talent, you know? What else do we talk about with the draft? Let's see. SmackDown roster. All right. I got a question. Do y'all think Bayley should be moved back to Raw and move Rhea over to SmackDown, or do y'all think they should stay on the shows that they on? Because I would move Bayley to Raw and move Rhea to SmackDown. How do y'all think in this new era that the Queen of the Ring or King of the Ring will be treated, with the draft in mind, of course? Ooh, okay. So King and Queen of the Ring is a pay-per-view that they have told us is scheduled to be happening. It's going to be in Saudi, and they're going to have a SmackDown in Saudi that week, that Friday, and then they're going to have King and Queen of the Ring that Saturday. I don't remember the exact days, but that's what they said. Sir, I want Triple H to utilize King and Queen of the Ring like they used to back in the day. Like I used to mention it before. Stepping stones have no longer been utilized in wrestling anymore. I'm not quite sure as to why, but I want them to start using some of these as stepping stones. The only stepping stone we have at the moment is the Money in the Bank briefcase, and you could have more with the King and Queen of the Ring. Whoever wins should automatically be either ushered into the finals of a tournament, or they should be automatically the number one contender for that belt. Whoever loses against them, the next person in line should be the King and Queen of the Ring. That's the way I think it should be. It's a whole tournament you're winning to be King and Queen of the Ring, and you don't get a title shot after you're calling yourself the King or Queen of the Ring. That doesn't sound right to me. I would most definitely have them let that stipulation give you a little bit of a higher, how can I put it? Make it a little bit more enticing with them having a shot at the titles. I wouldn't make it so you can pick and choose your opponent. I would have them whatever show you're on, that's the champion that you would be challenging the title for at the next PLE. So I hope that that's how they're treated. But I can't say for sure that they are. I'm not, in the back office with Triple H and them, so I don't know. I would hope that that's something that they've considered and that they're working on, because you can create stories out of nothing, out of thin air, with just a little bit of finesse. You can create the story and then start the rivalry just from doing a match that was cultivated out of a King in the Ring tournament. You can do something like that. It's not hard. It's fairly simple. So there's that to answer that question. To answer my question, they commented in the comment section about where should Rhea and Bayley end up. Should they stay on their respective shows or should they switch? A lot of people in the comments said they want them to switch. Young boy Jay said Bayley fought everyone on SmackDown. Pierre wants Bayley to go to Raw. B. Jeffers says move them. And Quan says I'll move Damage Control to Raw. Now, the way I would do it with Damage Control is I would completely break them up. Without them having to break up, I would break up the squad completely. I would move Kyrie and Asuka to Raw. I would leave Dakota and Io on SmackDown. But I would break the whole team apart. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't let them all go to Raw. I don't like that. Right, I agree. It should be legit stepping stone now. I think that would be the best bet for King and Queen of the Ring. They got to have other means of creating stories outside of just pure rivalries or just legit, I don't like you, you don't like me. The rivalry should come kind of organically from something else. You know what I'm saying? I would move Bayley, Asuka, and Kyrie and leave the other two. Yeah. As far as Judgment Day is concerned, the factions. Okay, so we got Judgment Day. We have Final Testament, which they've popped up at NXT for now. Judgment Day, Final Testament. You had the Bloodline, but I don't think the Bloodline counts anymore. There really ain't no more factions. I thought it was a lot of factions, but it really ain't. So as far as Judgment Day is concerned, I would move Rhea to SmackDown, leave Damian on Raw. I would move Finn to SmackDown and leave Dominic on Raw. I would put JD back in NXT. And I think that JD would be okay in NXT and could possibly get that championship at some point, or get the North American Championship at some point. Send Damian and Rhea to SmackDown. I would leave Damian on Raw. Move Finn and Damian, leave Rhea and Dom and JD. Child, I don't know. Round and round and round we go. The Pride need to go to Raw. I forgot about the Pride. Okay, the Pride. If you send the Pride to Raw, that means Bianca would also go to Raw, because they don't split up the husbands and wives. So if the Pride goes to Raw, then Bianca would end up on Raw. Okay. And that's fine. I think Bianca needs to be on Raw. She needs to be in the bigger pool. But I like the idea of Bianca and Rhea being on the same show. The potential of them possibly fighting each other is worth it to me. Tiff, do you think Alba and Isla should go to Raw or should they stay on SmackDown? I think they should go to Raw. Wherever Asuka and Kyrie end up, I think they should end up with them and they should be feuding. They started a little feud with them and then they stopped. I wish they would have continued with them, and they could have had a match with them at Mania for those tag team titles as well. But hopefully they're building towards that. They'll start new feuds or something soon. Unless they plan on really propelling Damian as a solo star again. Damian Priest already is a solo star, and Damian Priest will do just fine on his own. Before he got in Judgment Day, he was already a former United States champion. Damian Priest is fine. He is absolutely fine. He knows what he's doing. He has great rapport on that microphone. He's very good in the ring. There's really nothing bad to say about Damian. He's developed into a true bona fide superstar. So Damian Priest being on his own in Raw or SmackDown doesn't scare me. In fact, I would prefer it. I think he would do just fine. Does he need the Judgment Day? No. Can he operate with the Judgment Day? Yes. But he doesn't need them. I wouldn't mind Dakota, Chelsea, or even Tiff winning Queen of the Ring. I don't want Tiffany Stratton anywhere near that fucking Queen of the Ring. Nothing. I'm tired. Bobby and Friends need to break up, to be honest. Who is Bobby and Friends? Oh, Bobby Lashley? Child. That went right over my head. I was like, who the fuck is that? That went right over my head, child. I don't think so. I disagree. I say keep the pride together. I think that they work very well as a faction, and there ain't no all black factions in the E right now. They broke up the Hurt Business right after they kind of started hitting their peak. And I think giving the Pride a good run for their money would work for them. Bobby could get a good mid-card title, had the Street Profits be tag team champion for a good 3-4 months, maybe even push it out to 6, and then, move on from there. If Bobby want to go after a bigger title and drop a title or something, let that happen. But Bobby don't have to, and the Pride don't have to break up. I don't mind them as a tag team. And I can't stand Bobby Lashley, but that team, that faction works, and it also worked for BFAB because it really helped her because she showed her ass at WrestleMania, and I was very, very, very proud of her. And I always knew she had it in her. I was just waiting for the opportunity for it to be pulled out, and she had to do a little bit of work to kind of get herself together, and I love that. So people who knuckle down and do their hard work and do due diligence to improve themselves, they deserve all the respect in the world, and she is one of them. Wait, Damian and Rhea would have to be on the same show. Why? For what? No, they don't. Do they? I mean, do they? Do they really? It didn't really do what it was meant to do. Tiffany Stratton would be interesting on Raw, and I'm sure Raw would love Bianca back again too. Okay. Keep Nail ass on SmackDown anyway, and keep her away from Raw. Jade need to stay on SmackDown. True. Put Nia and Jade on the same brand. Nia is who you was trying to say. Put Nia and Jade on the same brand. I low-key want to see Jade put her in check. I would rather see I want to see Nia and Jade go at it as well. I think that'll be the perfect feud for her. Where would you send Carmella, Sheamus, Alexa when they come back? First of all, I think Alexa Bliss is going to come back when Bo Dallas returns with the new version of Evil that they're going to bring in. I think she will be a part of that. I also think that Shawn Spears is a part of that. And I also think that slowly but surely Ridge Holland will also be a part of that. But the way my brain is working, it's like the character has infiltrated each part of the E, and this slowly but surely happening. Like there was some weird shit that happened on Monday Night Raw, and they're slowly doing slow Easter eggs, and I think it's starting to rev up that character is gonna return very, very soon. If you haven't watched Bray Wyatt's documentary yet, you should definitely go over to Peacock and watch it. It is well worth the watch. It's sad. You're going to cry for sure. But if you love Bray Wyatt, he deserves that watch. As far as Carmella is concerned, wherever Corey is where Carmella will be. So if Corey is on Raw, Carmella will be on Raw, but Corey is on SmackDown right now. So if Carmella does return to the E, she more than likely will be on SmackDown as well. Now Bobby and Friends. She said, "Don't disrespect the Street Profits like that, right?" Because I could not figure out who Bobby and Friends was. Like, I'm like, who is that? Carmella the SD, Sheamus wherever Cody is, and Alexa. Sheamus, yes, I feel like Sheamus should be wherever Cody is. Cody should have some type of feud with Sheamus very soon. Sid Nia to SmackDown, she has never been there over there. Not as a full. Yeah, that's true. That is true. They always put her on Raw. Huh. That's interesting. Facts. Why the black folks got to be the first broken up, right? Let them stay together. Let's stay together. Yeah. I would like Sammy to move to SmackDown and Logan to move to Raw. I mean, that's a fair trade. That's a fair trade, in my opinion, Quan. I got you on that one. I, too, like them because they are an all-black faction, but them versus the Final Testament kind of derailed the growth of the Pride. I disagree with that. I think that the match between them at WrestleMania was fun. It was interesting. I don't think they had enough time or enough development of their feud, but they did put in work to try to develop it. There was attacks on them from the Final Testament. There were matches that they interrupted, so they did do some due diligence to build up that feud. Now, if you weren't interested in it, that's different, but they did everything they were supposed to get people to watch. And then they had a street fight because they cost the Street Profits an opportunity at winning the titles or going into that tag team match to get those titles. So they had a street fight, and the street fight was fun. I don't think this derailed anything in terms of growth of the Pride. I do think that it gave people a little bit. They didn't really book them as a villain or hero type of character for a faction, but going up against the Final Testament, it was very clear they were anti-hero style characters. So I'm curious as to where the Pride is going to go, but I won't say that they were derailed in any way, shape, or form. Derailment means they obviously fell off the track, and I don't believe that. They were well on track as a tag team and as a faction, and even they added BFAB, which strengthened them, and they were able to take on the Final Testament fully. They weren't outnumbered and outmanned the way that they had been for a while. So I'm going to say the Pride needs a little bit more work in terms of what they're going after and their goal. But ultimately, they did what they were supposed to do. Yep, Beef-Out definitely improved. Now they got to give her a chance to fully show it. Shit, they gave Maxine a chance and see what happened. I want them to also give Scarlett an opportunity as well. Scarlett is an excellent wrestler, and I've seen what she's capable of outside of the E, and I think that if she's given the opportunity, she can do great things in WWE as well. I mean, her and Karrion are married, and that's a great thing, but she doesn't have to be attached to him at the hip. Scarlett also needs to break off and start doing things on her own and really work at that. That would be something very interesting to watch. Scarlett is like a combo of the old school divas and the new version of the female wrestlers that are in the E and all across the world in wrestling right now. She can do everything. She just needs the opportunity to be able to do it. And I wish they'd give her the space and the time. She could really show some people some shit. You know what I'm saying? They announced Dawkins and his wife are expecting a second child. I wonder, will that play a big part if the Street Profits stay together when he has to take time off? I mean, I'm happy for Dawkins. He's having another child. I usually don't like to speak on the wrestlers and their personal business when they get married, when they have kids, because I know that that's very sensitive to them and that is very private for them. So I usually don't like to speak on that. But Remy, you brought it up, and it's no shade. You were just talking, so I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm just saying I usually don't like to speak on it, but congratulations to Dawkins and his wife on their second baby. I think that he'll be fine. They'll figure it out. If they ever decide to split the profits up and Montez go his way and Dawkins go his, I also think that they will still be fine. Dawkins has grown as a superstar as well as Montez. Montez is going to break out. If he goes into singles competition, Montez is going to be the star. For sure. But I think they'll be fine. If he decides to take time off, that is Montez's cue and opportunity to move and be able to do his own thing. They have the same championship. Don't the same belts have to be on the same show? I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn. I let the belts be wherever the hell they want to be. I really wouldn't care. Logan could go home and stay there. Oh, Lord. Well, Tears of Baby, he there. There ain't really much we can do about it. You know, he ain't going nowhere. Unfortunately. Damn, now he can get drafted to hell. I mean, listen, it is what it is, y'all. He is there. We can't change. We can't change nothing. It is what it is, child. But selfishly, I want the big three to stay together for a while. I do want the big three. I do like seeing the big three. I love seeing them together. But I want Jade to have her own thing. And I want Naomi to desperately have her own thing. And I want Bianca to be able to have hers. You know what? I think that Bianca could go back to NXT for a little while and shake some shit up in NXT the way Becky did. You know, just for a cute couple months, 2-3 months, go down there and tear something asunder and then drop the title to somebody else just so she can say she had her hands on that championship. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. I put Metaphor on SmackDown or Raw. Ooh, I think they should stay in NXT. I think they should stay in NXT for sure. I wouldn't put Metaphor on the show like that. I think they would do better in NXT. Oro Mensah still got some work to do. Jakara definitely still has some work to do. But overall, they are great. Lash is pretty much set. You know, Noam Dar is already set. That the other three just got a little bit more tweaking to do, is more specifically on Jakara and Oro. But once they really get themselves together and they fine tune everything, then I would say yes, you can pull them up. Scarlett and Shotzi were great when they hosted Halloween Havoc. She definitely showcased her personality outside of Cross. Scarlett is a very, very good wrestler. She is well-rounded. She's more well-rounded than most people think she is. If you give Scarlett a mile, she's going to do what she needs to do and probably take even more and exceed those expectations. Scarlett is a star. She just needs the room to be able to showcase what she can do. The men don't take too much time off. He'll be back shortly after his wife gives birth. Fair. Oh, that just made me remember Shotzi. I miss her. Shotzi will be back soon. You know, it's unfortunate, but injuries do happen. I'm just glad she's able to get the medical help she needs, and she'll be back up and running sooner rather than later. Charlotte needs to be a free agent when she comes back. Hell, y'all know it's a new title in NXT. Y'all know she loves new titles. I wouldn't let Charlotte go down there and get that new NXT women's title. I wouldn't let her go near it. But I do agree with your idea about her being a free agent. I feel like when she does go to whatever show she goes to, first things first is they need to, if it's the end of the year heading into Mania, it needs to be a match between Charlotte and Bianca, and then let Bianca go over on Charlotte, and officially Bianca will have beaten all 4 horsewomen. If it's like beginning of the year like it is now and Charlotte comes back, then I wouldn't mind Charlotte being booked in a feud with somebody like Naomi or Jade. But Jade is also another person that I would have them fighting at Mania rather than them just fighting at a random pay-per-view. It would either be SummerSlam or Mania that I would have them fighting at. And I would probably book it so that she would wrestle both women in 1 year. So it would be like she would have a long feud with Bianca. SummerSlam, Bianca would be her. Then, you know, after that, it'd be a feud. Then maybe it started off in a tournament. Jade beat her in the tournament. She cost Jade the opportunity. Then they start their rivalry. And it moves forward and it hits into Mania, you know. And then they had a match at Mania. Jade beats her at Mania. Something like that. But I would have Charlotte putting people over. She got too many championship reigns for her not to be putting people over. And Charlotte is willing to do it. She's a workhorse, and she'll do what's necessary to put people over. If anyone should get that NXT Women's title, it should be Bianca. Okay. In the words of Cardi B. Okay. All right. That's a nice idea because Bianca never got that NXT title. So that would be everything, even if it's just for a few months. The girls would definitely learn from her too. Of course. Plus, she could be down there, and you know what? If Bianca go heel, she could grab Lash and Jakara, and then Jakara could kind of learn from her while she down there. Then when she leave, she could take them girls with her, and she could have a nice little heel faction. And we got another black faction on TV. Okay? I'm just causing it like I sees it. You feel me? Yes, Bianca definitely deserves the NXT Women's title. I wouldn't be mad if Dijak got called up. I want Dijak to get a championship in NXT before he leaves. Okay, his ass been in NXT twice. He done been held back. His ass done been held back 17 times. He need a championship in NXT before he leave. Before he graduate for the 4th time out of NXT, his ass need a championship. It's just like when you in college. You can't leave until you get that other degree. You need an associate's and a bachelor's, and his ass ain't got damn one of them. He got to get turned before he leave out of there. Because I'm tired of him. Sit up there with his wrinkled ass. How you got wrinkled leather jackets on? Just a mess. Naomi says she want to be a Grand Slam champion. They need to get to work. Hopefully they have her story set up because my sis in TNA was eating. She also was another one who could go to NXT and get the NXT Women's Championship. And she could stay there for quite a minute. She doesn't have to come back up. She can do amazing things in NXT. And she also could be a very good locker room leader for the girls in NXT. So she's another one who could go to NXT and shake some tables down there. Send Blair to SmackDown? For what? For what? Not send her to the shower, please. Oop, I like that. I agree with that one too. Send Baron to SmackDown with Braun. I think Baron should go to Raw. I think he should go to Raw. Wow, yes. That NXT heel Bianca, Jakara, and Lash parent. Tip, you better mark those words. You have been right many times. And I am. I've been called the Oracle on many days, babes. I'm kidding. Oh, if they send Jimmy down, send them both. Period. I would call up Gallus just to fill out the tag team divisions on the main roster. You know what? Chill, bro. That's not a bad idea. That's not bad at all. They do have the Creed brothers up there. Creed brothers gonna be shaking tables in a minute because they done split them titles up and it's about to be so it's gonna be interesting. I would love that though. I would love for Gallus to go up. Gallus is a very hard-hitting, ground pound type of team. So I would live for that. I think that's a great idea. Because I haven't seen them. Like, nobody's seen Gallus for a minute. Yeah, Gallus been there for a minute, so I don't see nothing wrong with them coming up either. And they've been tag team champions in Dallas, and they've been tag team champions for a while. Pretty Deadly need their moment also this year. Oh, that's coming. Don't worry. Pretty Deadly's moment is coming. Okay. So we are good on the draft front. Oh, God, we thank you. So Mercedes got attacked. Attacked when? Who attacked her? Chris Statlander? Let me see. Oh, they are getting torn apart on Twitter, y'all. This is nuts. Oh, somebody attacked her and they don't know who attacked her? Oh, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Donnie, you on mute, babe. I just want you to know that.
Oh, I pressed
There
the
you
wrong
go.
button. I pressed
290 viewers.
I pressed
Go
the
ahead.
damn video off. And not I pressed mute and not video off.
I got you. We're at 309 viewers. I'm streaming over on Twitter and I'm streaming on YouTube at the
Period.
same
We
time.
are lit.
Yes. I was streaming on
Welcome
Facebook, but I had to turn that off. And
to
they saying
Tiffany's
she was
Cabaret.
making sex noises. What?
Whatever
Hold
wish is your command. Who's
Stop.
making sex noises?
They say Mercedes was when she got a text.
Oh, that's so funny. You know, remember who used to do that?
Stop.
We're not divas anymore. We're superstars. Okay, girl.
Oh my god. Okay. Tears has sent it. Hold on.
Oh,
Girl, that sound real nasty.
that is a little bit sex.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Said 309 views and 4 likes. Come on, y'all. Get the likes up, please. Please like the video. Okay.
Please like, subscribe,
It's free 99.
definitely comment.
It's free 99, y'all. Just like the video. I just need a thumbs up. That's it. That's all. Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Oh damn! I bet you it was Chris Statlander. I bet money it was Chris Statlander. And if it was a justified attack because Mercedes did try to take away from Willow's announcement and make it about her. So it definitely was Chris. I think it's Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander.
But I like Chris Statlander anyway, so I'm gonna ride for her either way. I'm like, yep, and
yes,
she did. She did.
And
what brand would you put Roxanne on? What brand
SmackDown.
fits her? Roxanne Perez.
SmackDown.
I would put her on Raw. I wouldn't put her on SmackDown.
I'll put her on SmackDown.
I feel like SmackDown is a very small market, and if you are not big enough, you can get lost. While Roxanne is all right, while Roxanne is big enough, I think that Raw is a better fit for Roxanne's character.
It's so fucking windy out here. The fucking car is shaking.
Oh, Jesus.
Lord, protect me.
Right. It's a new day, Pete Jeffers. 317 views. We love that.
Thank you, USA. Thank you, Drew. Thank you to that random page that shouted at us out.
Yeah, thank you to
And I say us because this is a group effort.
It definitely is.
We couldn't be more honored to have this
notoriety. I can't with him. And they said she was making sex. She was. That's
what it sounded like.
It sounded like she was living her best life. Do y'all know the conspiracy? And I don't like conspiracy theories, but this one kind of messed me up. So Bailey put on her Twitter that Snoop was her cousin-in-law, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody was just tripping. It was like, what you mean, cousin-in-law? What you mean? And everybody said that Bailey broke up with her man, and then Mercedes ain't been seen with her husband in years.
That's a crazy.
And I was like, what y'all trying to say?
That's really an insane allegation.
I'm like, why would y'all say that?
Maybe because they're more than like best friends. They're like sisters.
That's what I thought. But that's not what was being said in the comments. And I was like, why are y'all doing this?
They love people put people together in a relationship, child. I'll be damned if y'all sit here and say me and Rico was dead.
Y'all don't know neither one of them sexuality. That's not fair. So I was like, let's not do that. I don't like that.
Back for.
I don't like that. Roxanne would be cool for SmackDown, I think. But really, anywhere she'd be good. But really, I love a Bailey versus Roxanne feud, to be honest, now that I think of it. I want Bailey to go back to Raw. I don't want her on SmackDown anymore.
Yeah,
Why she sound
Bailey's a
like
better
that?
fit for Raw.
Yeah. You know what, Tears? I don't know. But I think she was overacting. And sometimes when you when you don't really know how to act and you overact,
It's wild. That's why she took all this time off to go get her wrestling skills together, but then get them
I
acting
really
skills and
think she
speech
should
skills
take some
together.
acting classes. Like I'm
Acting
dead ass serious.
classes, speech classes,
Improv classes, all of that.
speech therapy.
Damn, Don. You
You
ain't have to go.
Let's not sit
Don't
here and act like
start.
this ain't what it is.
Don't start that bullshit.
I'm not starting. I'm just saying it's what she needs.
Not someone saying that's how Kalisto be having her. Yo!
Now that's crazy. Now that allegation, I can't fight on that one.
I ain't gonna lie.
That one was that's a little iffy because I don't understand.
Never mind. I'm mind my business. I'm gonna mind my business. I don't have shit to do with it. They've called each other their wives. That's why, but true, we don't know. I mean, yeah, okay, but I'm just saying, why are you spreading those type of rumors around? Even if it is true, it ain't none of our business.
Literally.
That's all I'm saying. Like, why would you say that? That's just wrong. It's the fact that that's what immediately went to people's head. That's what I didn't understand. Like Mercedes and Bailey are very, very, very close friends. They always have been. So I'm like, why are you correlating it to something sexual?
It really isn't. Nothing like this. Nothing like this.
Them girls are not bumping purses. Not purses.
They're not bumping purses. They're not licking envelopes.
They don't even look like each other's type. They are 2 peas
in the pod, but not the same pod. Huh?
I mean, and that's MIA. Not Kalisto. Hey, I seen Kalisto.
I seen Kalisto too. Huh?
I can believe it. I don't think it's true, but I can believe it. That's a fine dude right there, bro.
How much longer you gonna be out here?
Mask and all. Okay, mask and all.
Tiffany.
What?
How much longer you gonna be on here? Not what? Nah, you make me feel like I'm Christopher.
Shut up. It's 10:54. Probably another hour because I'm getting ready to do SBC.
Okay. So if you ain't here at 12, around 12, within the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna pop back in.
Lord. I might not.
Not too much. Calm down. Just relax.
I can't with you.
I'll be back.
All right. I will answer any questions y'all have to put in the chat. I'll let this be Q&A time. And then I will do SBC chat because SBC is the end of the show. And it's usually the most insane part of the damn show. So if you've never heard of the SBC chat, is I think the 6 Brown Chicks put it up today or this week. They might not have. Oh yeah, they ain't put it up this week. So we might not have a 6 Brown Chicks this week because they did not put it up. They said the 6 Brown Chicks is going to return next week. Whew, it's been a mess. Lindsay Dorado too. They are attractive people. Oh, you ain't shit. Seriously, ain't shit. The SBC chat have been on some crack. Well, today they took a break, so we ain't got no SBC chat this week. I don't know. I might go on Reddit and pull an Am I the Asshole. I might do 1 or 2 of those, and then I will call it a night because it's a lot going on. Matter of fact, that's what we gonna do. We're going to go to Reddit. See what we can pull up in Reddit. For everybody that was here for wrestling stuff, I appreciate you. I love you. Okay. But we're about to take a quick break. I'll do some SBCU, some HBCU confessions, and then I'll do some Am I the Asshole posts. So I will take a quick break and let y'all leave who don't want to be a part of that, because that's not going to be wrestling related. I can fully understand that. And then we're going to leave this last hour of the show to the HBCU confessions and the Am I the Asshole post. All right, quick break, and I'll be right back. Hold on.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
But I
are still here, then we are doing HBCU confessions. This is usually what I do after we talk about wrestling, because talking about wrestling nonstop can be exhausting. Okay. And sometimes with SBCU chat is when the SBC chat is a little bit stale or it is non-existent like it is this week, we go to HBCU confessions or we go over to Reddit and do Am I the Asshole? So for now, since I've been streaming for over an hour, it's been 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead and cut the feed over on Twitter, actually X. And if you guys want to continue to watch the live, you guys will have to come over here to YouTube. I just don't want to stream that long over on Twitter. So those of you who came over here through Twitter, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Please, please, please give me a thumbs up on this video on YouTube. If you possibly can, I would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as I've been telling y'all all throughout the night, please go over to Down for the Count. Podcast is right there. You guys can go and check out everything that we talk about. We break down the business of WWE and the business of wrestling, period. We talk about all of that stuff. We cover everything. And we also have a few guests along the way. So make sure you guys check that out. We did a live reaction of WrestleMania both nights. Those are both up. You can go and listen to those. Next week, we're going to be doing Fashion Files, and we're going to have a whole new topic for next week for everything. So be on the lookout for that. And we're also going to do another Hot Takes episode since it was highly requested for Hot Takes. Okay. So I appreciate y'all over on Twitter. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week for sure. Bye. All right. So that cut the feed down to 17 people. That's where everybody was coming from. Everybody was on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Everybody was coming from Twitter. That's where it was. Oh, let me take it down. Okay, I pulled it off of my page, child. I'll edit this podcast later, but I pulled it and moved it over to my drafts. I had to take it down, child, because I can't risk my page getting snatched down. I can't risk that. And I'm sure I was getting a lot of traction for that video, which sucks donkey balls. Damn. I'm kind of pissed about that. Yeah, I ain't get that many. No, ma'am. He's sitting right here. Can you come here for a second, Gerard? You hear, Mom? Okay, y'all. I took it down to be Jeffers. Thank you for the heads up, because I sure would have woke up with my page with a copyright strike, and I can't have it. Oh, wait. That was the wrong video. I probably had got a bunch of shares for that content, and I can't even look at it because I took it down and put it back in the drafts. Yeah, I took it down. I'm not trying to get my page snatched down, and they notorious for doing that shit. Like, why they want to backtrack all of a sudden? Probably didn't expect that reaction. Child, boom. Okay. I don't know what they was thinking or what they was doing, but that's crazy. All right, let me go back to some of these comments. Anyone else not like this new YouTube page layout? I don't know what it looks like over there. Let me go and look at it because I don't have it up. We finna read the confessions in a second, y'all. Because I have no idea what it looks like. Let me mute this tab so it don't double back. Oh, it don't look that bad though. Yeah, so it don't look that bad. I don't see anything wrong with it. It looks okay. Okay. All right. So Savannah says, if I'm new to watching professional wrestling, what are some good videos, blogs, or such to catch up with? I love your Drew WrestleMania video. Oh, Savannah, you must have been from Twitter, and I did not see your comment, and I am so sorry. So I would hope that you would. I'm gonna actually screenshot this. Let me go to YouTube, and I'm gonna tag Savannah. Try to find her first of all. Let me see if I can pull it up on my page. Switch accounts. Go to that one. Let's see. All right, so Miss Savannah. Okay. So let's save that. And then I'm going to post it on Twitter for Savannah. Because she asked me a question and I didn't see it before I came back in and ended the live for Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and answer it on Twitter for her later. Okay. No worries, Savannah. I got you, babe. Okay. All right. Tears said the way AEW is being dragged all over Twitter right now, girl. C can't be a good stunt queen if you ain't actually pulling off the stunt successfully. I know, child. Okay. Like why they want to backtrack all of a sudden? Probably didn't expect that reaction. I don't know what they expected, but what they got is what they gave out. Somebody said Mercedes made the wrong choice. All right, let's get into some HBCU confessions. We're gonna read a couple of these and then we're gonna go over to the Am I the Asshole Reddit post. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger for y'all so y'all can see. Yeah, there we go. All right, Brandy done got ahead of me and done read all of them. What a petty ass. Okay, first HBCU confession. My girlfriend says I'm boring because I sit in the house all day since the pandemic. She told me she thought about breaking up because I don't want to go out and get active right now. It sounds like you're depressed, my friend. And if I were you, I would be more concerned with getting myself healthy mentally, and then maybe working on yourself physically can help you work on yourself mentally. And they do work in tandem. So maybe you should work on that and get yourself together. If your girlfriend is leaving you when you're at your lowest, then she wasn't really the person for you in the first place. I'll say it that way. The second question says, okay, my eggplant is 8 inches and I always say it's 6. Is that wrong? Bro, I'm not even gonna dignify that with an answer. My partner and I have been living together for 7 months. I work 60 plus hours a week while he quit his job when we moved and hasn't contributed financially. I pay for everything. He would no longer be my partner, nor would he be living in my house. What do you mean he quit his job It hasn't contributed financially. What do you mean? Oh, Savannah, you're there. Okay. So, Savannah girl, I'm finna tell you where you can go to go find some stuff that you really want to see. Hold on, let me go back and find your question. Because I should have started. Donnie's back. Yay.
That didn't take too long now, did it?
No, very good.
Guess
So,
who's back?
Savannah says, if I'm new to watching professional wrestling, what are some good videos, blogs, etc. to catch up with? I loved your Drew WrestleMania video on Twitter. Well, I'm always gonna recommend myself first, okay? Because I do the commentary weekly over on Instagram, you can always catch up on everything on Instagram, and I try to record as much as possible. You can always stick around here on YouTube because I do weekly reviews of everything that happened throughout the week for wrestling. So if you're trying to catch up on a particular storyline, you could come over here and sit with us and just chill with us and, you know, listen to that stuff. There are a couple other blogs you can look to catch up with. I'm gonna tell you the name of one. Marks with Mics is very good about doing weekly podcast posts about each wrestling promotion, and they go into depth about storylines and the wrestlers and everything included. They talk about AEW, they talk about MLW, sometimes they talk about New Japan, and they definitely talk about WWE. You can also get a recap of stuff through Get Your Podcast, and you could go over to Culture Pod, or you can go to Smacking It Raw or Know the Ropes. All of these podcasts will give you weekly recaps and updates on wrestling in case you missed something and you want to get caught up so you can understand the storyline. I would also recommend that you get a Peacock membership and go on Peacock and watch some of those older episodes of Raw and SmackDown. You'll do yourself a lot of favors and you'll be able to catch up on some things in case you miss something or don't understand why someone is angry with the other. You can kind of do like a little rough catch up of everything on there. You can also go to What Culture. What Culture here on YouTube does a really good job of recapping storylines and feuds for you. So you can go there. And you can always go to We Love Wrestling's page over on YouTube and Instagram. He kind of gives you small little snippets of things. You'll get indie stuff over there if you want to know about that stuff. But if you want the weekly blogs or the weekly stuff that gives you day-to-day information, Marks with Mics is the first place I would go. Just go over to Spotify, type in Marks with Mics, and you'll be able to get it. Okay, Savannah? I hope that helps, babe. I hope that helps. She said Twitter is in fucking shambles. Baby, they copyright striking shit. When I take down this video, I gotta edit out the part with the damn video in it because they're gonna copyright strike my video. Ciao. I had to run to fucking Instagram to snatch it down before they caught me, bitch. I was like, I just got my page back in good shape. Them hoes will give you an intellectual property strike.
Oh, man. I'll take that. Thank you.
No, hell no. Okay, so let's get back to the HBCU confessions. We're only going to do a few of these, and then we're going to go right to the Am I the Asshole posts. But anyways, we said my partner and I have been living together for 7 months. I work 60 plus hours a week while he quit his job. And when we moved, he hasn't contributed financially. I pay for everything. And I said he would not be my partner. He no longer would be living in my house. He would get a 30-day notice to vacate the premises. I would call the police to make sure it was on file that I gave him a 30-day notice. I will also talk to the landlord that I gave this man a 30-day notice and he is illegally squatting and he has 30 days to vacate the premises. And as soon as that on day 30, I would be calling the sheriff to have him forcibly removed from my home. Yeah, because you got to start eviction proceedings because squatters do have rights, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So crazy, but the homeless people just left to scatter.
Right?
Left to motherfucking shit.
My sister is mad at her partner for not getting her a Valentine's gift, but she didn't get him one either. People love to complain without actions. In my view, they both lack. Me and my girlfriend swap gifts without any drama between us. I actually agree with this, honestly. But I do not
Yeah,
celebrate Valentine's Day.
people want to take but don't want to give, and that's a big
100%.
problem these days.
I don't like that. Me personally, I do not celebrate Valentine's Day because I just don't see the need for it. It's not a bad holiday. It's cute, but I feel like everything that I would get on Valentine's Day, I get with my husband 365 days out the year. So I don't need him to do some grand gesture one day out of the year. I don't need that. And I just don't celebrate it. I don't force him to
Cut
celebrate
the shit,
it.
Tony.
Yes.
This is a chicken house. This is JR Crickets over here on Cascade. And it's big too. You know I love ghetto shit. Ooh.
Hell no.
Ooh.
Ariel said that his page got briefly taken down due to the video.
I don't know why he even posted. He knows Tony don't even like him. He was the first one to get that shit snatched down. He know Tony don't like him.
That's why I took mine and put it in the drafts. You ain't finna catch me, bitch. They wanted to release that video thinking that shit would eat, but it's turning out to be them digging their own grave. Oh, bitch, they can do whatever they want, but I got the video. I got proof that you're liars.
That you're a liar. We knew it from jump.
You're a liar.
It looked exactly, I didn't get to say my piece, but it looked exactly like what he said. It looked like he told your ass, whatever, you need to go handle your shit. And then you got Buck. He said, what the fuck is good? Yep. You thought he was some punk bitch. Nah, baby, it's chick magnet punk, not punk asshole. He got in your ass about it.
With y'all? I said he didn't even lie. I could understand if CM Punk lied.
Yeah, Tony's talking about he's fearing from his life. Baby, where'd you fear from?
Where were you? You
the dressing
room there.
Where was you fearing from?
Nothing, because he wasn't even there. He was not even in the vicinity or on camera. They had said that TVs had got knocked down. Tony got hit with a TV. All lies.
I'm looking for the dog.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
That was in the
and
first fight.
And it makes sense as to why Kitty hadn't said nothing for real. Who
that
else was
in
there
the
that
first
they
fight.
threw
They
in?
was talking about the fight at
the second one with Jack.
Yes, that's the one they showed.
Okay.
She said they wanted to release that video thinking shit would eat, but it turned out to be them digging their own grave. I told y'all when we was watching it live, me and Nicole was watching it while we was planning some stuff for SummerSlam. So me and Nicole had it on our TVs, and I'm like, Tony Schiavone looked like he is embarrassed beyond belief that they're about to show this video. He did not want them to show that video. And I was just like, what is going on? I was so floored. I'm like, but what are y'all trying to show us? Because what I saw is CM Punk told the truth. So what did you prove?
And for me, he sounded like he didn't talk about.
Uh-oh, we lost Donnie. He'll be back. You're very welcome, Savannah. No problem at all. You are so welcome, love. Okay, they got a video of Tony Schiavone looking so embarrassed and distraught. Like this man's probably having flashbacks to WCW. B. Jeffers, when I tell you that we was watching that shit live and Tony Schiavone looked embarrassed from the time they said they was getting ready to start show the footage till after they showed the footage. Because the way that they did it was they prefaced it by it being a big major feud between them and FTR. Then they was like, somebody was here trying to destroy our company and there was a cancer here. And they was like, we had to put our EVP hats on. He was like, we had to put our EVP hats on so that we can do our job and protect our company. And basically what they alluded to was FTR taking advantage of that and getting a win over them because they were so mentally checked out trying to deal with this horrible person. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What are we talking about?
Right. I'm just here sipping my drink because I told you so.
Period.
They're copyright striking people for the video now. That's why I took mine down. I took it down because I'm not playing with them. They're not giving me no intellectual property strike. I didn't put it on none of my other socials, so it's not on nowhere else. I gotta edit this live down, so I cut that out of the first part of the video. But God,
I gotta hop on the highway. Ew. Do
yeah.
that.
Also, I'm sorry. Also, sorry. I just
Shit, that
popped
was a
out. I
turn
got
right
really
there.
nauseous. I gotta lay down. Oh my God, Nicole, are you okay?
What happened?
She said she got real nauseous when she was in the live earlier, and she had to go lay down. I hope you're okay.
Girl.
Them 300 plus people came from Twitter, honey.
Period.
It's
We love
back to
Twitter.
Okay, it's back to the regular old crew over here. Damn. When I tell you, D. Jeffers, that it was not what they thought it was gonna be, it was a shit show. And as soon as that video aired, everybody on Twitter was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Because they thought they was gonna be quick. See, he fucking up his own motherfucking money.
And then everybody's question was, "Where the fuck is Tony?"
Like he said he was.
Because he's the one who went out there and told everybody he feared for his life, and that he was afraid, and that he had to do what was best for the company. But he was nowhere to be found in that video footage.
He was fearing for his life in his dressing room.
I saw from the moment that first show debuted, it was given very much WCW, and this is very much WCW Vince Russo behavior.
But no lie. Punk probably went there and told his ass, like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, and that's what he said.
And that's probably that's probably why he was on lock period for my life, because he ain't seen that city side come out. That's what it was.
They were in Chicago? Oh no, they were not in Chicago, Nicole.
When this happened?
No, when they aired the footage today.
Nothing's in Chicago. He might as well not even go back there.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm okay.
Damn,
I know I probably need to eat. Okay, let's say bless you, Don. I know I need to eat.
Thank you,
but
honey.
I have no appetite. You gotta eat something. Maybe you can get like some broth or something or something to kind of settle your stomach.
What appetite, honey? You not hungry?
It's that time of the month, but still. Oh well, yeah. Because sometimes you get nauseous when you're on your monthly, so that's fair. It's that time of the month.
What's the problem with
me? Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get back on my medicine because I need it. But then it's gonna make me so fucking nauseous for about an hour or two. I hate it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
She was talking about when Tony said that he feared for his life in Chicago. That was in Chicago. They wasn't in Chicago today.
I
was about to say, oh my God.
I fear for my life every time I stepped across the border. I definitely know what that feel like.
That's murder suicide. What is going on?
Baby, I definitely relate.
Okay, I'm resting in bed now. Okay.
It don't matter what side of town you on.
Somebody said they was chatting CM Punk when the Young Bucks was out there, and when they were showing the video, they were chatting CM Punk. Tears, look in the group chat. Alexis sent the video. They was chanting it while the video was playing in the arena, which is just that's just dumb.
Because why would you?
Why would you do that?
Like we was gonna get behind you. Like I see.
They was booing while the video was playing and chanting Punk's name. That's crazy. You done alienated your own fucking audience against you. Do you know how stupid that is? I don't know where they were tonight, but I don't pay attention. She said they better not go to Chicago for another year because that crowd will tear them up, especially after this. Punk is many things, but he has never struck me as a liar. Tirza, you are 100% correct about that. They were chanting CM Punk during the fucking Okada match. They cooked. Poor Okada.
Jesus, somebody ended up in a ditch, child.
I hope Mercedes and them checks clear. Somebody in a ditch?
Yeah. Like, I don't even know how to fuck, because it's raining, but it ain't that damn rainy out here. Unless he was in the charge of something, he may have been speeding. I don't know, child. But it's not even that deep.
Damn.
Like, it's like that little section when you getting off the highway, right there in the green part.
I mean, B. Jeffers, she signed the contract, so what's your name on the dotted line? You gotta honor it.
Unless they fire
that's
you.
on her. You gotta do it. You should have did a little bit more research.
What happened? What he said?
He said he needed Mercedes to cut her contract short.
Yeah.
All Mercedes had to do was talk to some people who are there and talk to some other people who are who left there, and she could have figured out what was going on.
Oh, she not feeling the backstage presence?
I don't know. No. B. Jeffers was just saying he don't want her to be there no more. Not on no sinking ship. But I mean, at this point, the ship not sinking, but it definitely got a hole in it.
Yeah, it's not sinking, but it's a little hole. It's a slow leak.
But I don't think that it'll sink. I
Damn,
think
bright lights. What the fuck?
Somebody got to tighten up and clean up. Like, that's the only way that they're gonna fix this. Nicole said, Don, you stay driving around.
Child, you know I'm my sister's chauffeur.
Baby,
she can't drive no more.
He is that taxi, okay?
So can I get up in this parking lot?
Nicole said we freeing Ricky Starks first, baby. If they get Ricky Starks,
yeah, we freeing Ricky Starks first. We gotta free my baby daddy.
I'm gonna pop for that shit because I love Ricky Starks. He is messy.
Ricky,
can she buy out her contract? I don't know how much it's worth. Can she buy out her contract? I think Mercedes has enough money to be able to buy out her own contract. The question is, do you want to?
She can buy it out, or she could do a CM Punk did and get fired.
I mean, or Andrade, because Andrade was working hard to get fired. You hear me?
Andrade is like, I'm not showing up to that shit. He said, okay, we'll keep you on the roster. No, release me.
Yeah. No, I don't think Pac gonna come back. I don't think Pac going back over there, but he might because Triple H is in charge. But see, I don't want WWE overloaded with a bunch of people.
Right.
I don't want them to do that. I really don't. Well, Nicole said, I don't think we need to because I know if I was him, I ain't re-signing shit. That's facts.
Okay.
I think Mercedes was blinded by those double digits. Look, she could have got double digits from WWE. Triple H.
No, it wasn't the double digits. Her ass just want that freedom. And we see well that her ass don't deserve it.
She like being able to float, but had she had signed with WWE and gave it a little bit of time, she would have been able to do that there too.
Literally.
Because they getting ready to start doing it.
Shayna just did it. Shit, I mean, they've been doing it slowly.
Charlie Dempsey was over in Bloodsport. They had Natalya over there.
And then who else? Shinsuke went all the way to Japan to who was he faced? I don't want to say
Great Muta. He was
there. It is. Yeah, that was his last match.
Yeah. First one they had to float.
Her chicken head ass. All she had to do was wait. But her airhead ass don't want to fucking wait.
But she was, she liked being the center of attention, and AEW was rolling out the red carpet for her. So you gotta, whatever you dealing with, you deal with it. But at the same time, at least there's room now for everybody in the E. There's plenty of room. It's not overloaded. I like it that way. I don't mind a few people from AEW jumping ship, but I don't want everybody coming over there. And that's just true.
Everybody don't deserve to be there.
Nicole said she want all the House of Black over there.
Period.
And we free Pac too. No, he can stay. Controversial, but I want MJF out also.
That's not controversial.
That's not controversial. I think MJF would be perfect for WWE, but I would put his ass in NXT.
Yeah, put him on NXT first.
I surely would.
But I wouldn't even have him there long.
I would put him in NXT so he can be champ, and I will let him be champ for a minute.
Ooh, you evil.
Do you know the ratings MJF gonna bring in NXT alone?
The ratings gonna pop anywhere he go.
I'm saying, let him do it in NXT. It's
Sean will live for that.
And he can do that. Let him do that if that's what they want to do.
He might be able to get his Louis Vuitton boots then.
Well, didn't Black want to leave AEW some years ago anyway? Well, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that. It was rumored, but he said it wasn't true. He said he's happy where he is.
I'm sure he is now. With how much money she allegedly getting paid, I don't know if they'll let her go right away because she got creative control. Is that why she on the floor moaning like she was getting ate at? Twitter, because everybody going their feelings on Twitter. There was like 6 or 7 WWE people not competing at Bloodsport.
But the fact of the matter is that they were there.
Yeah.
Knowingly there. Because before you couldn't even go to an event. If they knew you were at an event, it's damn near you was like, he's going to get in trouble. So,
he would get them at one meal and give him the belt right away. That's what I'm saying. It's an easier route to putting a belt on MJF in the E than putting him on the main roster. More than likely in the middle of something that they already got going on.
And it wouldn't be so much rigmarole like what it was with him getting the main title.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that for a fact.
And when he leave, put his ass in NXT.
Oh, I just keep spitting everywhere. The wrong places.
I feel like they would probably with 3 or 4 years. Why? I don't know. That's their business. I don't know nothing about that. And the CEO was just Sasha Banks with a different wig on. Child,
that's all it is. That's why
it's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't have tried to come up with a new gimmick either. It is what it is.
See, the difference is the gimmick is fine, but there's no character behind the gimmick, and that's the problem that she lacks. It's showing. I said it in my other group chat with Keelan and Taylor. I said it's showing through that she need that piece of paper to tell her what the fuck to say.
I mean,
because she don't know what. Because when you're the CEO, money isn't an issue, babe. We not talking about money. I'm about to beat your ass. We're not even discussing money, bitch. I'm about to fuck you up.
Still can't talk.
Still can't talk.
I mean, I agree. I think
so she needs something.
She could benefit from like having a Stokely on her side as a manager.
Yes. Bitch, don't talk. Don't talk. Just take
Jumper, she did sound like that. Go on Twitter.
She did. Go look at it.
Find the video and you can see it. Because when you see her, she is laying on the floor. She's supposed to be writhing in pain, but that ain't what it sounds like. It sounds like
she's writhing in pleasure. She sounds
right. Right. It sounds like she's getting ate out. I said, wait, that's nasty. Calm your ass down. Calm down. Makazi ain't here. Makazi is not here. From what I hear, he ain't been here for a while. I'm just saying.
Okay, she ain't on a happy anniversary or none of that.
I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my damn business.
Well, her and her 2 dogs now.
She got 2 dogs? That's cute.
Yeah, she got another one.
Nicole said, yep, and not having to hide. They could literally put the belt on MJF right away. They could. It would work.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said Mercedes still can't talk. I mean, fair. Like, imagine if he walk in and take on a trick.
Spider.
Immediately over the crowd, booed out.
What the fuck is going on in here?
Definitely,
Jesus.
Definitely true. That is 100% true. It's tiring. She's the female Bret Hart. Ooh,
dang.
She talked like she be ready to cry. Well, I think when she got to AEW the first night, I think she definitely was.
Okay, fuck is on that.
I think she was about to cry. I wish they would stop giving her a mic. Like, please just put her in the ring.
No, because she's no substance to what she's saying.
Does she really have a speech impediment? Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. You can hear it. And it's not something that's like she can't work on. She take her ass to a class with all this free
She
fucking time
could.
she has.
Yeah.
She be straight.
I heard my boyfriend watch Dynamite in the other room, and I was wondering what the fuck was going on. Yeah, girl. Yeah, he probably was watching that video, yelling at it like the rest of us, child. Because it was messy. Her saying me sounded
Where's
like
she at?
Mia
She in
always
Earthbound?
gets me. Poor Sasha. She does, which I get because Cody got a list like his daddy, but he's trained most of it out of him. I'm sorry. But Cody can talk. Cody definitely
Oh,
can
shit.
talk. He does have a list, but it's very faint. It comes and goes. So Cody also went to acting classes, and Cody also went to, speech classes so he can speak publicly. And he, despite the speech impediment, he is a bona fide talker, and he can talk anybody to anything. Okay. Mercedes could be great if she took the time to perfect her craft, because she already thinks she's already got everything she needs. She doesn't do that, which, like I said, you are always in need to be able to learn to do better and get better. And she's okay with coasting, I guess.
I am that bitch.
And it's cool. She can work on it though. Speech therapy helps. I still do it. You definitely can.
It really does.
But he taught
Like,
himself
I can't.
because he used to be ass on the mic early on. Fair.
I can't stress how much just public speaking has helped me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that was only a 6-week class. Imagine what you could do consecutively, like 2 days out the week for a month.
Yeah. I think her taking a public speaking class, an acting class, and an improv class could tremendously help her train herself how to speak properly, so that I don't mind her saying me as Mia. Some people just have certain words that they mispronounce, or words that they say that comes out differently. It just
Girl,
is a part of our natural speech. I don't mind it, but y'all latch on to it like it's the end of the earth. But I'm okay with it. I just want her to be solid. I want her to come out there, and while she's comfortable being in front of the crowd, I want her to be able to speak with conviction, so that when you talk, especially when you're conveying something and that needs to have that conviction, it actually has meaning and feeling behind it. Otherwise, you get this, where it just comes across as something that is just, she there, I guess. You're not really interested in that. I have to put my fan on my computer. All right. Nicole said, I need her to hit up Rhea and ask her where did she go and take hers. Yeah, because Rhea was hitting the wall for a minute. She was not giving what she was supposed to have gave. Okay. I was like, "Ooh, girl, this is." I'm so glad she went through all of that during the pandemic, because if her ass had been on the main roster when everybody was coming back acting and talking like that, they would have ate her ass alive out there. Like, her in-ring work is great. She's always training, which is great. But she can apply that same need and desire to be better to an acting improv class. I 100% agree. I agree. Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting sleepy time. AEW uploaded the segment on YouTube, but the Punk Perry shit was edited out. You punk bitches.
Nah, it was edited out.
Y'all are some punk bitches.
Y'all can't take heat for shit.
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all went and did all of that, and then when you got clowned, you acted like it didn't exist. We all saw it, my nigga.
We already saw it. It's too late. People already recorded it.
That's crazy.
We've already seen it. It's nothing you can do now. It's just because you copyright strike it don't mean we're not gonna put it back up.
That's some wild shit though. Like, why would you do that?
Because they can't take the heat.
Oh, okay.
They eating this little hairstyle up, boy. I'm talking about going crazy.
You know, so stupid.
Sounds like someone lawyers weren't playing no games because TK wanted to be weird. I don't understand what they doing. I don't get it. That was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Is it this time right here? Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it at the...
I'm gonna put you on mute for a minute, Don, so hold tight. All right, sir. We are gonna do an Am I the Asshole post today. And then I'm gonna be out y'all hair because my back is hurting and I'm just tired. Okay. It has been a long day. A long day, child. So depending on how short some of these posts are, I might do one or two, but I ain't gonna do a lot. I might do one long one and then one short one. Okay. So here go the first Am I the Asshole post, but it's actually from the Am I Wrong edit. And it says, am I wrong for not forgiving my ex for what she said 2 years ago? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me see what everybody's saying. Somebody said since AEW is releasing footage, I'm going to need them to release that footage of Andrade and Sammy. Period! I want to see it! Yeah, and release the footage of y'all fighting CM Punk. Let us see the fight with CM Punk and the Young Bucks since y'all want to put it out there like CM Punk is a monster. Why did y'all make CM Punk sign the NDA? Why didn't y'all put the footage out from y'all fighting in the first brawl? I just want to know.
They know that shit looking messy. They can't carve that one out. They can't fix that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They can't fix none of that shit.
Are WWE stars represented by their lawyers or the stars have their own?
It depends. I would assume that the company has a said lawyer, but for per individual contractor, it'll be best if you had your own. That way, you won't end up in a TLC situation, whereas you get a rep from the company and yourself, and that don't work out.
I believe if something happens within the company will provide the company lawyer for something like that. Like if a superstar falls on a fan or something like that, the company will take that in stride because they were working for the company at the time. But if I recall, the superstars are independent contractors. So that means they are employed on their own. They are basically a business of their own, which means they would have their own attorneys and they would be represented by their own attorneys. So while the contracts are a little bit more complicated than that, I do believe that the superstars have their own representation. Twitter is a mess. I'm sure it is, child. Okay, good night. So we're going to read this Am I the Asshole post. And then we're going to read another one and then we're going to be out of here. Okay. So this says, am I wrong for not forgiving my ex for what she said 2 years ago? I, 18 male, grew up with an abusive father who regularly beat me, my sister, and our mom. Oh my God. Jesus be offense. He eventually got sent to prison for it and lost parental rights. My ex, 18, was already my classmate for a few years before we started going out. She and I were together for 1 month before I introduced her to my mom. When she asked me about my dad, I told her all that's happened. She told me she's worried that I repeat the cycle of abuse and end up doing the same to my future children and broke up with me that day. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Last week, she said she was an idiot back then and wants a second chance. I told her I appreciate her apologizing, but don't really want to get back together with her. It just stung so badly hearing her say that she thought I beat my future kids. She said it's stupid to hold something she said 2 years ago against her when she was only 16 and she's 18 now. Am I in the wrong for holding against her? Hell motherfucking no.
No, you're not in the wrong, but it's like I see her side. Like that was immature to say at that time. I don't. But even if that was immature, I wouldn't even say no shit like that. But can you turn it down a little bit?
I already did, nigga.
Man, you're not even doing nothing. But it's like, god damn, bright lights, please. But it's like I understand what she's saying. But if you really like somebody, you want to encourage them to be better than what they grew up in. Not the same. I can't fucking see.
Why would you say that? Like, that's hurtful. That's cruel. If you loved him or if you liked him, then you should never think that way. Unless he gave you the inkling that he would do something like that, that is possible. So to a certain extent, I can understand where she's coming from. But it sounds to me like the dude would never do something like that. And for you to make it seem like, oh, you probably gonna beat your kids too, that's some fucked up shit to say to somebody. And then you just bail, and now you want to come back 2 years later like, oh my God, I was like 16 and stupid. You're still 18 and stupid too. You're stupid. I wouldn't give your ass a second chance either. I'd be like, no, because I'm going to beat my kids. So, you can move along. Thank you. Thank you, but no thanks. No thanks. Because I'm assuming CM Punk's lawyer probably made some calls alluding to what Nicole is saying. I don't know. I think CM Punk was laughing at the shit because the shit proved him right.
Yeah, it's nothing to hide. Unless he was like wrong in the situation, there's nothing to hide on his end.
He said
it was.
He said he didn't care. He said I wasn't the one who needed to sign no NDA for nothing. He said, I didn't sign an NDA for this second one, and I didn't want to sign the one for the first one because I had nothing to hide. And he doesn't. The only reason why he ain't saying nothing is because he can't. So, I don't know. Definitely not wrong. Y'all don't think he wrong? I don't think he wrong either. I wouldn't go back out with her. I'd be like, thanks, but no thanks. You all right. You are all right, child. Let me see if I can find my saved posts. I hate being on here sometimes. I can't never find nothing. Hold tight, y'all. Saying you deserve blood stain on my shirt. Okay. Aha, here we go. We're going to head on over to the Am I Overreacting Reddit. Because Am I the Asshole is taking over Reddit, but it's a whole bunch of other Reddit threads that they post stories in that be really, really juicy. So this one says, I'm ending my 4-year relationship. Am I overreacting? So basically it is what the title says. He, 33 male, says, I'm 32 female, throwing away 4 years over a mistake he made. To keep it short, this is not short, by the way. This is long as fuck, okay? I don't know how you classify this as short, but bitch, this is long. All right. To keep it short, on 4 different occasions over the last 2.5 years, he's gone drinking and come home drunk and come home to throw a drunken tantrum because I said the wrong thing. Something happened at a bar, or I put my foot down because he's drunk and yelling at me in front of our friends at the bar. Twice I had to leave my sister's house because he was going around our small apartment, slamming doors and banging his head on the walls. I've had to wake him up several times because he falls asleep on the toilet or on the bathroom floor, and he has to sleep in his car because of his outbursts. Oh, so he an alcoholic. Okay. On the second time this happened, he gave me his word that he would be more responsible with his drinking and that he wouldn't have any more outbursts. He can't be responsible when he is an alcoholic. That's not a thing. He said he was going to drink waters between each beer or have sodas and bar food in just one beer. The third time I made it clear that him going back on his word was unacceptable because it shows that he doesn't care, that he becomes emotionally and verbally abusive towards me. I told him I was tired of his apologies if he's going to keep doing the same thing. Between all these times, he has continued to get drunk on the weekends, but I've kept my mouth shut to avoid him having an outburst, and things were relatively okay. Girl, that don't sound like it's okay. It sounds like you a prisoner to his bullshit. Child. The last time he went and got drunk at the bar, didn't eat anything, refused the water my sister offered him because he's aware of the agreement we had. And when I arrived, he yelled at me because he was too drunk to keep track of what team he was on. And he misunderstood me when I told him he made the wrong shot. We went to go get food from a local taco spot and he couldn't even stand because he was so drunk. I had to pull over on the highway because he needed to throw up. And when we got home, he fell asleep in the bathroom and I had to wake him 3 times. He would have been in the bathroom fucking with me. Your ass would have just slept on the floor in your own vomit, piss, and shit.
At some point, you just gotta leave his ass there.
I'd have left his ass in there. The fuck? I kept my anger about the situation to myself because the sadness of feeling like I needed to leave him because he's just not willing to change was overwhelming. The next morning, he could tell something was up and he asked if I was okay. Hell, motherfucking no, you're not. I said that I wasn't ready to talk, but he insisted. So I told him that he went back on his word again about drinking responsibly. And that I realized that the only way I was going to avoid his verbal abuse was if I just kept quiet. I told my ex when I was thinking about leaving, it's not anything I haven't already told you. He left it at that in the morning, and at night I was crying because I was upset that 4 years of my life were going down the drain. And I just folded and asked him why I wasn't good enough for him to want to do better. Then he started to say that I had fault in our relationship ending, ignoring that the only reason I'm leaving is because I can't keep giving him chances to verbally abuse me when he's drunk and angry. I reminded him that he had given me his word and that he had gone back on it twice. He seemed to understand, but the next day he kept saying he deserves to unwind on weekends because he works all week to provide for us, not like I have a job and am constantly sending him money because he overspends and his accounts will overdraft when he's on the phone or internet bill charge his account. I was getting whiplash from how he quickly was going from being apologetic to going back on his word and insisting that I'm being unreasonable and unfair. I slept at my sister's house again because I couldn't keep dealing with it. And I was just really emotionally exhausted from all of it. Now he posted his face on his Facebook that I'm throwing away 40,000 hours of our lives for 12 bad hours. Am I overreacting? No.
It was not 12 bad hours. And when you feel like you're overwhelmed with the feeling that you have to leave somebody, bitch, that means leave. There's no nice way to say this. That just means leave. All a man got is his word. If he can't keep his motherfucking word, he ain't good worth shit.
We got nice thing that Chipotle is way back home.
Please. We're talking about Chipotle. Club, no. Bree, are you okay? She is over here dying. I think she might be a little lit. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not lit.
What you laughing so hard for?
I'm leaving Chipotle at home. I'm waiting for me.
What is wrong with you? I'm over here trying to have a serious conversation. You over here dying over Chipotle bowl.
Continue.
Jesus
That's
Christ. But like, it's a ball. You should see all three of us.
That's
it's
hilarious.
like, it's too motherfucking windy out here.
No, it's not.
You didn't hear that?
Drive this fucking car.
You ain't hear that? It's like, babe, And I feel like it's more than 2 times that he didn't went back on his word. Because the way you describing this in this short, long story, it seems like it's more than 2 instances. So be real with yourself and be real with us. Because we can't help you when you lying to everybody.
I'm gonna
I
contact
mean, agreed. At this point, like I feel like you gonna have to shit or get off the pot on this one. You got a man who is not willing to admit that he has an alcohol problem. You are legitimately enabling his alcohol problem. I know it's unwilling, but for you to sit and be quiet just so you don't get verbally abused, it's weird. Like, no, you need to be leaving. I don't care if he calling you every name in the book. Get your ass up out of there. And if he come back talking about, okay, I'm okay now, bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that. When you drunk, you are cruel and you're evil. And if you could keep doing that while you're drunk, you are not giving her the love and respect that she deserves, and you continue to keep doing it. And then when I tell you that you're not doing what you promised me, you gaslight me into making it seem like I'm the problem, when you know full well that you have a problem. And until you're willing to acknowledge your problem and fix your problem, you and I are no longer going to exist. You're going to go your way and I'm going to go mine. So whenever his account get overdrawn, stop paying his fucking bills for him. The reason why he's acting as if it's not that big of a deal is because you've taught him that no matter what he does, you're always going to be there. You're always going to do what's necessary. You're always going to pick up after him. You're always going to clean him. You're his crutch. So of course he's going to be like, why are you mad? You shouldn't be mad about that. That's why. And you got to teach people how to treat you. And if you can cry and mourn your relationship, but you still need to get your ass out of there, I wouldn't give a fuck about nothing that he talking about. Dead ass. I'd be sitting there like, Are you done? Okay. I'll come and pick up the rest of my shit in a couple days. If you fuck up my shit, I will fuck up yours. Okay? I just want you to understand that. That's all I got. They ain't got no more. Okay? Let me see. We got one more. Ooh, this is a long one, child. Oh, and they got edits. Oh, my God. Okay, I got one more. Let me see where I'm at on time. Child, we regular time, child. It's 12 o'clock. That's usually when I go on. Okay, am I the asshole for losing my 27 female, for losing my cool with my parents, 57 male and 57 female, 57 female and 59 male, for pushing me to forgive my cheating ex? Okay, so you're a 27-year-old female, your parents are 57 and 59, and they want you to forgive your cheating ex. I lost my cool with my parents for pushing me to forgive my cheating ex. I was to be married in July. 2 months ago, I came home from a work trip to find my ex-fiance in my bed with my BFF sister. Oh, bitch. Not your best friend's sister.
Whore! The bitch you knew. You fucking knew.
Ooh, that's nasty. Your best friend's sister? Wowzers. I kicked him out, canceled the wedding, warned him I would get rid of his stuff if he didn't come get it all through. Then weeks later, dumped it all on the curbside with a free sign, sold or donated or dumped everything he gave me and pawned the ring. I blocked him everywhere, called the cops on him when he showed up after I gave his stuff away, banging on my door, called them again when he turned up at my workplace and made a scene, and called them on his family when they showed up en masse to plead his case. I didn't go scorched to earth on my ex-BFF sister. I did tell her husband I caught her in bed with my ex. Last I heard, she'd been kicked out of the house and was back living with her parents. Ex-BFF tried talking to me into giving them both a chance to explain. What? No. Then got angry at me for ruining her sister's relationship. Called me petty and cold-hearted. So I kicked her ass to the curb too.
Y'all are weird as fuck. I thought the best friend's gonna be a rider, but no, bitch. What the fuck?
I don't want dishonest people that are blasé about betrayal in my life. This encounter no doubt simmered under my skin until I unleashed on my parents. Maybe that's the reason, because it lingered. I was so harsh with them. Last week, I met my parents for dinner. I took a date with me to the restaurant, hoping his would be there, hoping his being there would waylay a discussion about my failed engagement. My parents have been pressuring me to work things out with my ex. He's so sorry. I owe it to him to talk with him. Give him 5 minutes to explain himself. She meant nothing to him. He made a mistake. I'm cruel for shutting him out the way I have. How could I call the police on him? How could I do the same to his family, his parents? They're good people. They didn't deserve to be humiliated in that manner. He's having a rough time. He's depressed. Everybody is worried about him. He loves me, really loves me. He's learned his lesson. It's time to grow up and forgive him. No. My day's presence didn't stop them from bringing it all up again. I lost my cool. Asked my father if he expected me to give my ex a pass every time he sticks his dick into anything that moves like he does. I asked my mother how turning a blind eye to her husband's infidelity works for her. How does she hold her head up while having lunch with women that have slept around with her husband for years? Bitch!
Clock that T, because I was going to say that. I was going to say, your mama is okay with your daddy cheating around with other hoes. And she forgive him like it ain't nothing. Because they didn't mean nothing.
Is that the kind of being the life she wants me for me and my sister? For her daughters? I asked if they had any idea the impact of the knowledge that had on me and my siblings growing up. Knowing that dad was late home from work because he was screwing his secretary. Knowing work weekend was code for dirty weekend with a woman, not our mother. Did they not know why it was that of their 4 children? I am the only one that still talks to them. Do they not question why they're not invited to my brother's weddings? Why have they never met any of my brother's wives and their children? Do they think my sister's silence is because she's being dramatic and throwing a tantrum? Really? I stood from the table, congratulated them on the loss of their last remaining child, and told them I hope their arrogance, willful blindness, and misery was a comfort for them to their last breaths. And then I left. My date, I should have saved him from a proper date rather than a fuck you to my parents. Took me to the nearest bar, let me cry on his shoulder while I proceeded to get shit-faced. Then made sure I got home safely. Oh, that was sweet. The next day, he messaged me to see if I was alive and sent me a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a Sprite over the rest. You better keep that, man. Bitch.
That's like a husband right there.
This motherfucker sent you a whole meal on DoorDash. After you probably threw up in his car. You better call that man. Shit. I didn't block my parents, but I haven't heard from them. It's been a week and I've calmed down enough to feel regret. Not for what I said, because I can see the looks on their faces when I made my final farewell. I crushed them, hurt them, especially my mother. Despite their faults and their many, I love my parents and I don't like knowing I hurt them. And I'm feeling a lot of guilt. Am I the asshole?
No.
Edit. I was about to say no, but she got to edit. I have yet to read all the comments, but from what I've seen so far, I think I have some details that need to be cleared up. Okay. 1, my date knew we were going to have dinner with my parents. He asked me out that morning, and I told him my plans for the evening and jokingly asked if he could come along. I didn't expect him to say yes. I then informed him I wasn't serious, and anyway, it would probably be a little uncomfortable. And he said if needed, he could post bail. So there you go. He did not enter that restaurant unaware of potential drama. That man was trying to get with you, girl. You better go find that man.
Okay.
Go find
That's
him.
your husband right there.
Period. Edit number 2. people mentioned in my post are not the only people in my life. I have my siblings in my life. They didn't cut me off. My sister flew in to be with me just days after I discovered the cheating. And I have good friends who helped me pack up my ex's things, helped me move it all down to the curb. A friend that found me a guy that paid a fair price for the engagement ring. I only mentioned BF, etc. because how they acted and what they were saying contributed to all those buried feelings that had been dormant for years coming out when they did in the way that they did. So her question is she the asshole? The answer to that is no.
No.
I think it's something that your parents definitely needed to hear.
I would have did the same thing.
Which kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, babe. It kind of explains why you have a cheating fiance in your life as well. Oftentimes, young girls and young men, we will mirror our lives on
the things that we want.
We mirror the lives that we see. So when we are kids, we see our parents, we see, and it's subconscious. It just you're just naturally gonna pick these types of people because they are reminiscent of the people that you love, which would be your father, and of course you are mimicking your mother's behavior. But you have broken that cycle. Apparently you have seemed to, you're not going to tolerate that type of behavior from a man, and I don't fucking blame you at this point. What I will say though is that man that was buying you that double cheeseburger, Sprite, and large fry, you need to find his ass, okay? Cause you need to find that man. You need to find him and tell him that you willing to try to have something with him. Try something.
Okay. Because, baby, I don't support women bowing and bidding no one need to marry a man, but, baby, you better marry that man.
Okay.
I don't care what you got to do.
Baby, is my chicken downstairs still? What you looking for?
No, I ate it.
Shut up, Don. Can you warm up my chicken downstairs, please?
What kind of chicken is it?
It's just pan-seared chicken. It ain't just leave it in the bag and just warm it up.
Nothing like pan-seared chicken. I ain't really got down on my pan-seared chicken in a hot little second. Maybe I need to do that.
I love you.
With some thyme, some basil, some onions and green peppers.
Man, I just want the chicken with some Cholula. With some Cholula hot sauce. Because I've been obsessed with that Cholula hot sauce. I love it.
I've been obsessed with celery lately.
Ew.
Not just celery, like celery and ranch.
Ew, why are you?
I forgot
celery
like
is
ranch.
so nasty.
Celery is bomb. I used to fuck up celery when I was in preschool. I used to put that peanut butter on there so quick.
You was eating ants on a log.
Mm-hmm. No, I wasn't, because I don't like raisins, so it was just a log.
I'm not eating that. I'm not fucking eating that. No.
I loved every second of it. I was like, can I get some more? You gonna eat that celery?
No? I hated ants on a log. I hated celery when I was a kid. I still hate it. I hate
celery.
And I can't stand cooked celery.
Oh, cooked celery and some tuna.
You got your rabbit ass mind. Absolutely not.
It's really good.
No, we're fighting. No.
I mean, that's not gonna stop me from eating it.
I can't believe you. I cannot believe you. You is not gonna eat no damn celery around me. I'm smacking it out your damn head.
And I will have the biggest fit. I will have the biggest attitude. Until you go in there and cut me some more. That's how I know you really care.
Literally gonna be on the floor crying.
You heard? Remember my mama took my lunch a couple months ago?
Don, please.
I didn't eat that whole day.
That is a mess.
Over dramatic. I'll take it to the extreme.
You ain't shit for that.
I'll take it to the extreme. No, because I really wanted. That was my I was like, girl, come on now. You don't even eat that much.
You know what, Brandy? I actually I love some good tuna. I put it in a good wrap, or I'll eat it with some crackers. I love me some tuna and crackers with a little bit of cheese.
But tuna
I do. Yes, but I do not like celery and tuna. I will put onions in there. I put a little onion on it. I do
onions and celery.
I'm not putting no celery in there.
I cook the celery though.
You crazy.
It's good.
I don't understand how you eat cooked celery. It's so weird. It's like gelatinous, and then it's got the fibers. Ugh.
I just like the taste of celery.
It's so nasty.
I like celery. I love celery. I want to be celery.
Oh, Rose. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce, okay? Because my back hurt, and I got a couple things that I gotta do. I will see y'all on Friday after SmackDown. We're gonna see what Cody gonna be talking about on SmackDown, because SmackDown gonna be his new home for a little while. Because he the champ. I was forced to eat tuna as a child by my aunt because it was eat tuna or don't eat at all.
Oh yeah, I can see how that make you sick.
Well, you probably don't like it, but I love tuna. When it's done right, it's good. You gotta find, you know what? You gotta find better quality tuna. So before I go, I'll tell you, when you go to the store, like the stuff we get at the store for tuna, like Star Kiss or whatever type of tuna you like, those brands are okay if you like regular tuna, but there are some higher end brands of tuna where there's not as much water in the can and they're not as like chopped up. So that higher end brand of tuna has a better flavor to it, and it is heavy on the tuna side, but it's literally a whole piece of tuna put in a can and steamed in the can. So it's just the flavor of the tuna is in there, and you do have to do some research to find it, but it is a better form of tuna out there. So if you don't like store-bought tuna, the cheap tuna, you're gonna have to buy some, high-end tuna. Thank y'all. All right, so I'm finna go, and I'll see y'all Friday. Y'all have a good night.
Holla.